Hello and welcome to Technocracy Zero Sum. I am your storyteller, Jen, and I use she, her pronouns. And how's everyone doing tonight? We doing good?
Oh boy, howdy.
Everybody good?
We're doing so well.
We
Pretty good, yeah. Not too
we
bad.
do have a Christine here. She's just reclined.
Yep, I'm broken as usual.
There
But
she
you're
goes
here,
reclining
and I
again.
appreciate
We get to
that.
see a little cute chibi Sophia, which is like
She is really freaking cute. I love it.
It's true.
Tis better to recline than to decline.
Yes.
Wow,
That.
you are
This
just
is
very
true.
accurate.
But yeah, so
How'd you get so
let's
accurate?
do a quick round of introductions before we get going, starting with Kelly.
Hey everybody, I'm Kelly. You see him in my pronouns, and so does Nolan Westchurch, or George, or whatever his name is. We'll find out as the story progresses. He is a former NWO operative, turned washed up chubby shrink, who is more than meets the eye. And I'm excited to be here. I realize I don't have a specialty for subterfuge. I need one.
Ooh.
Yeah,
and you had an opportunity to spend a bunch of XP and to prep to spend more XP later.
That is true. Oh, I need to spend, how much XP do I have? 15 XP.
There you go.
Yeah, I spent mine at the end of last game. All
Hold
of
on, that
it.
costs
Just unloaded.
Oh no, I need 21 for entropy 4.
Yeah. And over to Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I get to play Sophia Smith, who also uses she, her pronouns. She is our progenitor, pharmacopoeia damage control type person. And yes, unfortunately, I am broken as usual. Yeah, chronic conditions suck. Today's just a little worse day than usual, so just why it's a picture.
Sometimes this happens. I'm just glad you could be here. That's the
I'm glad I could too, because I've been spending all day trying to stand and do stuff instead of sitting, and thus stiffening and getting sore, which is not fun. It's amazing how much of the things you do for fun during a day require sitting.
It's really true.
It's
but
like,
yeah, if you need to like stand up to stretch or whatever, or you need a break, just let me know. It's totally cool.
I will. Either that or I will recline further. And at least nobody is going to notice besides you for if my camera moves a bunch because I'm using the desk to prop my legs up.
Yeah, so long as your audio is good,
facts.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And down to Amy.
Oh, that's me. Hello. Hi. That's I'm Amy. My pronouns are she, her, they, them, not then, them. Then in the past tense or something, I don't know. And I'm playing did I say Heather Anderson? I'm playing Heather Anderson, Void Engineer of the Earth Frontier Division, and this is gonna be great. We're going in great.
So good. So good. I was just thinking like pronouns are so last week. That's what then is. that's what your pronouns. And last but not least, Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and so does Tegan Warner, the biomechanic of Iteration X, who definitely had a fun run-in with good old Wrinkle for just playing with Paradox a little bit. Yeah, I'm excited for tonight. We dealt with space spiders.
And you can still deal with space spiders.
Yeah, that's true.
But first, I will give a little recap. It was only 2 weeks ago, which is unusual. Usually we're at a month, so this is exciting, which is good because I left you guys on a cliffhanger. And I'm going to continue leaving you on a cliffhanger because we have to deal with Heather first. But yeah, last time you all found yourselves, instead of anywhere reasonable, you weren't on the ship anymore, and you were in a library, and this is after Tegan had a lovely experience meeting a fun guy, on a planet somewhere, or a moon or something. Who knows? Somewhere in space. He and his clothes were very, very wrinkly, so who knows, really? But she was basically told that the technocracy holds no power in in space, and neither does science, really. So maybe be careful with what you're doing. But we'll see if she decides to listen to that. Nah, nah, we good. The rest of you, well, when Tegan came back through some doors, you were all in a library and got to look around and find the information that you were hoping for, or maybe not hoping for, and just decided to look up. Um, I did give you, XP reductions for anything you chose to read and look at while you were
Wait,
there.
did you say half?
I said half.
Oh, click.
I was gonna say I thought you got to entry before
Yeah.
last game because I thought you were super excited about that.
Uh-huh.
That means that, so if is it half rounded down or up?
We'll do. Does it matter for you if it's rounded up?
Oh wait, it's out of tradition, so it does not matter.
There we go. I was gonna say we'll say rounded up because it's already a really good deal, but yeah. Oh, right. XP at the end of last game. I think I gave you 5 again with the XP from random. So
Yes, and nobody can buy XP right now because the stream is not going. But I told them to buy any XP they wanted during like Dragonlance or any D&D game. Just buy it and
And just
Yeah, I would know
be
for
like,
XP equals 5.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, and so you all spent a bunch of time looking around there. Nolan found some old recordings of the Sphinx and those transmissions, and a notebook that said George but had his writing in it. So who knows if he's George? Guess we'll see at some point. Heather continued reading, just continued reading. Well, Nolan decided to shoot a gun to try and wake everybody up. So that was
it worked.
good job. It worked for everyone except Heather. So Heather's still unconscious or asleep or something. But you have her. You did
Shoot
pull her out of the
Heather.
cocoon, because now you're all in what looks to be some sort of like space base, basically. With all the metal and computers and all of that, but also a bunch of spider webs, these weird calcified spider webs, and a bunch of spiders. And as you walked down a hall, you looked into a room where there was light glowing and saw Mateo, who hadn't been with all of you this whole time, standing in front of a glowing being that was reaching out to touch him. And that's where we left game. You good, Amy?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well, that's fine. You're not there yet. You get to have your
No,
own little
no,
special
it's-
scene.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, no, I'm still in Spider Matrix.
Yep. You're still in Spider Matrix. Now let me find the notes. Excellent. So if I remember correctly, you guys grabbed Heather out of the stacks and like pulled her with you.
Yes.
Kind of just carried her along until you got yourselves out. So Heather, you are very engrossed in reading, and still you're being carried, and then you're set down and you're still reading, and you hear a sound, but you don't really notice it. It's there, but it's not important. So you keep reading. And
Listen, there's some
reading.
really cool stuff with quantum string theory. Like, this is great stuff.
Absolutely it is. And you come to a point where you're actually you're glad you've gotten this time of quiet reading and contemplation, because you haven't gotten a lot of that lately. It's actually very nice. Can you give me a perception and alertness roll?
I sure can try, and I will definitely use dice and not dump this bowl of popcorn out over.
Yes. Just roll the
Perception
dice.
and alertness?
Roll the dice, roll the popcorn.
Roll the popcorn. Woo!
I got
what's
salt.
the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be 7 because you've been so engrossed in your book.
That would be 4 successes.
Nice. Yeah, you realize it's a bit too quiet, but you also start to hear this sort of humming sound approaching, like a bunch of voices, but all merged together. And you look up and realize that none of your companions are here. And approaching you is that giant, glitchy, like 800 people merged into a giant Katamari Damacy ball of glitchiness.
Yeah, I don't
Is
think Heather
approaching.
saw that. So this is weird.
This is weird, yep. Yeah, it's true.
But fascinating.
You never saw that. But
Yeah, no, she screwed off to the stacks before Nolan rang the bell. So
true. Can I help you? It sounds like a bunch of voices mixed together.
can you pick one voice? Just
No?
ease of processing? No? Oh, okay, cool. So I came here with some people. Did you see where those people went?
They have left the library.
Where did they go?
They have left the library.
Which way did they leave? Like, direction? That way? Through the door?
There is no direction in the library.
That's highly inconvenient. So how did they leave?
They have returned and are no longer in the library.
And how does one leave the library?
You must wish to leave the library. Would you like help leaving the library?
Can I, like, get a sense of what that means?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a... Ooh. Let's do something like... either perception or intelligence, and either computers or enigmas.
Can I do intelligence computers?
Yes, you can.
Would my specialty in creative intelligence apply here?
Yes, it will apply. Your difficulty is 8, but I think... Are you one of the ones with the ones that reduces difficulty? Or is that just... It's one of... It's somebody's merit. And
It's computer aptitude. I don't know if you also have that.
I have
think you
mechanical aptitude.
You have mechanical aptitude. Right, Tegan has computer aptitude. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that there were 2 aptitudes. I just couldn't remember who had what. So yeah, difficulty of 8 for intelligence computers, but your creative specialty does apply.
Cool. So, if I got a 9 and 2 1s,
That's a fail, but not a botch.
That's good. That's what I want to hear. Cool.
Yeah. So you want to know what help leaving the library means?
Yeah, like, is this thing going to shoot me, or is it going to help me actually, like, do meditation and leave?
You do think that it honestly wants to help you with whatever you are asking for. In this case, leave the library. Because you're not entirely sure how you got here in the first place or how the others left, you're not really sure what she means, or it means, really. The voice is mostly female, but like I said, there's a whole bunch mixed together, so.
Sure.
You watch as the best I can describe this as is a glitch. And staring at it for too long feels uncomfortable. However, it gets more uncomfortable as all of the eyes in all of the people that make up this glitch stare at you. The voice deepens and gets louder as it goes, "Time is erratic, but the cycle repeats eternally. Autumn turns to winter as the harvest turns to death. The murderer and the eater become one. Let the Croatoan sacrifice be not in vain." And then it begins to scream in 1,000 voices or 1,000,000 voices, higher and higher pitched. And you can actually feel like blood starting to drip from your ears.
Do I know what the Croatoan is?
You can roll me, and actually I said it wrong, so that helps. Croatan. You can roll me intelligence and occult, or cosmology might also help.
Ooh, I have that. I have both of those. I'm guessing creative does not apply in this case.
No, it does not. But it's difficulty 8 again. Because yeah. It's a rough one.
This is so rude. I got a 1 and an 8.
I mean, you're not botching, so that helps.
On 8 dice.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. All of my past 3 rolls have been 8 dice.
Yeah. You have no idea. This is getting really strange, and I know you have the judge's wisdom merit, so you're not like afraid or super emotional about what's happening right now, but you are confused, and your ears are literally bleeding. I would like a stamina roll at difficulty 6, please. A soak check.
Just the stamina.
Just the stamina. Yeah, it's just a regular soak. So ones don't subtract from this one.
And it was difficulty 6?
Difficulty 6, yes.
That is 3 successes.
Excellent. So you don't take any actual damage. You just have a little bit of blood coming out of your ears. And since you have Judge's Wisdom, I'm going to give you the opportunity to give me a perception and either alertness or awareness.
I also have concentration. I don't know if that helps in this case at all.
What does that give you in general? Does it like...
Ooh, I would have to double check that one.
Yeah. Can't remember if it gives you something in particular or if it's just that you don't have like... In times where you need to concentrate, you don't have penalties. Is what
I think
I'm wondering.
that actually might be it, but
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, eliminates modifiers that would be caused by distracting circumstances.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So it applies in that I'm not giving you penalties for this. You are not distracted by what the fuck this is, and you can think a bit, but it's still perception and awareness or perception and alertness. Difficulty of 6 though.
Okay, it's gonna be perception and alertness.
Cool.
Much better. That is so much better. That's 4 successes.
Excellent. As you're kind of almost tilting your head in confusion at whatever is happening in front of you, you spot a flash of the color purple kind of inside this swirling, like almost vortex-like glitch that is starting to swirl and mess about and pull in on itself, and then it suddenly vanishes. And Kibo is standing there, shaking his fur like,
Where were you?
I don't know. I'm here now.
Do you know where the others are?
I do. It's time to wake up now. And he's gonna come over and just like stand on your shoe and go, wake up. And you are going to wake up in like, I'm not sure who's carrying you right now. I think it's Tegan, maybe?
Yeah, I think Tegan and... Was it a duo? Were 2 of us doing it? I think I know for sure at least Tegan is.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, so you kind of wake up being either carried or at least held up by Tegan, and as you blink your eyes and open them, you see what the others have been staring at for a little bit anyway, which is this open kind of console area that looks kind of like the a bigger version of the helm of your ship, with, you know, screens up and computer banks, and Mateo standing kind of in the middle with this glowing figure that's reaching out to touch him. Across the room, kind of all over the place, are these 2 kinds of spiders. There's some bigger ones that seem to be making the webs that go around, and then there's a bunch of little ones that all move together in like a wave of thousands, but the wave moves as one.
Do they look biological or like mechanical?
They
I like how you're looking at the spiders. We're all like, nope.
they look biological, but they act mechanical.
Counting legs. These aren't spiders.
So-
These are.
I'm very much picturing that Heather is slung over someone's shoulder, and instead of like
Sophia's, I'm
lifting
pretty
up
sure.
or making any evidence that she's actually awake, is just gonna like turn her head slightly and then just look around.
Yeah.
But it's not actually alerting them that, yeah, she's awake.
Yeah, you're seeing everything upside down as you kind of just move your head around. You're like, interesting.
That's really cool that there are these weird biomechanical spiders running around.
And I need everyone to give me 2 different rolls. One of them is a stamina roll at difficulty 6.
Sorry, we're all doing
That's
this?
What would have
including
been
Heather.
a great idea is if I had my dice out.
Oh yeah, that'd be super great.
Nobody could tell you didn't have them out. You just sold yourself out.
Oh crap! Oh crap, fam! Oh crap, fam!
They were not that far away, at least. Sorry, that was a
1,
what?
2, and 4.
Just stamina for the first one, difficulty 6.
And ones
Robin.
don't subtract from stamina?
Ones don't subtract from stamina. So
Okay, so I don't
So,
botch. I just
Tegan
fail.
doesn't botch, he just fails.
2
Right.
successes. Ooh.
Cool. And then, oh, where's the thing I needed to do? Oh, it's down there. There it is. And then I need a perception and alertness check at difficulty 6 as well.
From all of us again?
Oh, damn
Yes,
it.
please.
Oh, see,
Fail.
that's much better.
Fail.
3.
3.
Cool. Christine, what'd you get for the stamina?
2.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So, Heather, you're kind of distracted by the spiders and hanging upside down, so that's fine. That makes sense. Tegan and Sophia, as your eyes kind of adjust to the light in this room, and you see time has basically slowed down for this moment as you see whatever this is reaching out to touch Mateo, but the light, your eyes adjust to the light, and you realize it's not a glowing shape or it's not just a body of light that is there with Mateo in the middle of the room, but it's a glowing body that looks kind of gray-skinned with these bulbous eyes, and it's reaching out with a hand. Nolan, you actually spot this too, but as soon as your mind registers what you're looking at, you feel freezing cold as you suddenly remember storming this technocratic outpost in the middle of nowhere in the Arctic.
Really? Really, Jen?
Uh-huh.
God damn.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
do you do this to me? I love that Jen just has to say 2 words, cold outpost, and I'm like, God damn it, really? Really? We're going with the Rogue Council book? Okay, good. I can tell you what page number we're on. Damn it.
With some of it, yeah, maybe.
Some of it. There's the story
This
seed.
sounds familiar.
The point is, Nolan was there.
That's all that matters to me, and I thank you for this.
Yeah. Nolan was there and part of the Panopticon response team when the distress signal was sent. And I'm gonna let you experience that, and Nolan can explain it as Nolan feels like he wants to explain it. The figure reaches and touches Mateo's forehead, and both bodies grow brighter and brighter in the light. What do you do?
Do I recognize this thing? Do I remember what these things are?
You remember... You kind of remember what that, what was happening at that outpost.
Okay.
And you remember what they're called. You're pretty sure it's what this is, but you've never seen an alive one.
Oh. We shouldn't let that happen. That shouldn't happen. We should probably not.
Hey, what, stop. Tegan's just gonna say, hearing that from Nolan.
Cool. We're going to, I'm not saying we're going into combat, but we are going to roll initiative just so that I can see the timing on all this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, initiative. Oh yeah, D10. What am I doing? Ooh. That's average. Blah, 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 blah. 12 for me.
Cool.
Oh, Jen, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. That was my question. No, have I healed that 1 point of aggravated damage from crossing over like weeks ago?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, unless you have damage from, I'm gonna say, the last couple of games, then you've healed.
Perfect.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
looking
say
at my sheet
that,
going, what?
yeah, Heather's also healed, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna
I
go
think
with
I
that
had-
because, yeah.
I had one egg from like way, way, way back that they couldn't heal.
Yeah,
And then I got bruising since then because a bunch of it got
cool.
healed.
Yeah, yeah, the eggs definitely healed, and your bashing is healed. And for those of you who have been damaged and been in fights before, it still feels like that might have been a bit quick for healing.
Still feels a little tender.
Well,
Okay,
as
so-
in you might have been in those cocoons longer than it feels like you were in those cocoons.
Oh.
I don't like that.
So we're fully healed then, basically?
Yes, you're fully healed.
Okay, thank you.
That's great.
Okay, so we're gonna go with Nolan, you said some stuff. Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, he's sitting there, he's reaching in his pocket and he's going. He is
Cool.
clicking a pen, he is priming something.
Excellent. And Tegan.
Yeah, Tegan's going to so if I bought a point of entropy, is that active, available to use right now, or we're waiting for a bit for that?
If you've bought it, it's active.
Cool. Tegan's going to just do a she's gonna press a button on her her like techno arm screen thing, and she is going to, I would like to throw up spot weakness as an entropy rote.
Absolutely, you can.
Sweet.
Your mechanical eye kind of whizzes and whirs around and scans the scene in front of you, and you get the, like, you'll get the whatever bonuses this will give you for attacking or anything like that. But what you can also see with that is that this is time sensitive. And Heather, you're up next.
Yeah. Has she been put down yet? Or is she still...
Have you wiggled your presence showing that you're alive yet?
No.
No, then probably not. Tegan's probably still holding on to you.
Can I see the glowing figure clearly from where I am, or am I still looking at spiders upside down?
You're mostly looking at spiders upside down. You have seen that the light has been growing brighter. And if you kind of move your head in a particular way, you can kind of see what's going on, but you are upside down, so.
She probably does a bunch of work from upside down, like having to like do stuff like harness in, and this is not the weirdest thing for her. So she's trying to track the spider's movements to see if there's a pattern and a destination they're trying to get to, or they're going back to. Like if they're moving mechanically and looking biological, is there a programming going on here?
Okay. How about intelligence and like technology or something like that?
Okay. Do either intelligence, creative, or technology modification apply for specialization?
I'll give you creative for this one.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
7.
That was 10 dice I just rolled. And that's a whole lot of 6s and 3 7s.
Cool.
Yeah,
There
so three 7s.
There is like a pattern to the way they're moving. You're not sure it comes from programming though. It seems a little too or doesn't seem as methodical as a program would. So it's not like they're following an exact pattern all the time. It's like they're being directed by something that's actively directing them.
Spyborgs.
Who said that?
Spider cyborgs. Probably a hive mind of some sort. And then she's gonna try and, if she's still able to do one more thing, she's gonna try and locate the closest, like, obvious power source.
Okay.
Which means she's got she's pulled her tablet out and is probably upside down, like holding it.
Yeah. Yeah, you start looking for the nearest power source. You can see a bunch of like ways things could get power, but we'll come back to you.
Yeah, sounds good. She's doing some thinking.
Yeah, okay, let's see. Then we have Sophia. What's Sophia doing?
I feel like kind of watching and trying to be a little ready. I think. Okay, so at this point, Tegan has Heather. Okay. Yeah, so I think probably just prepping mentally to kind of like be ready to act in a moment, but she doesn't want to precipitously do something when we're in a unsecure situation with no backup.
Fair enough, yes.
So she is kind of probably toggling the buttons on her big gun to like warm it up type thing. Like, I'm sure it can probably shoot cold, but having it ready to go is also great.
Excellent. Yeah, you can absolutely prepare to do that. As you kind of stand there judging the situation, the glowing lights move of these two bodies move closer together. And it's Nolan's turn.
I don't like that. Okay, so they're moving closer together. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, how's it going? You should probably wake up. And I'm going to be using this, using my pen clicking as a mental trigger for Mateo. And I'm going to use Mind 4, Entropy 4, to resort his mind into a coherent temporarily coherent, as if like when all of the raindrops line up on the holes in like a grate so they land on your head. Type of like, just for a moment, I just need a moment of clarity. He can go chaotic after this moment. I'm gonna spend a willpower on this.
Yep. Roll it.
And this is social conditioning, so I get rerolls on 10s.
Nice.
And ooh, I'm glad I spent that willpower. That's going to be 2 successes at 8, which is, I think, what I need.
Okay, cool. Is it based on like willpower or anything like that, or
it might be based.
it
It would
just-
either be based on his willpower or just the difficulty of the entropy to restructure things. But basically, I'm doing a Mind 4 version of empathic projection, but just like with conscious reordering.
Cool.
I'm gonna call this route "Get Woke."
Yeah, it works. What does that mean for Mateo?
That means he will be completely conscious and in control of his actions, regardless of any mental influence. He could be dominated by a Methuselah right now, and he would get 2 turns of clarity.
Okay, good to know.
Oh, also, I picked my
Tegan.
specialty, by the way, for entropy.
Oh yeah,
Do you want to know now or later?
I want to know now.
Chaos.
That tracks.
Yeah, we knew it would.
Yeah. Tegan, it's your turn.
Okay. Is this being showing any sort of like reaction or hostility, or is it regarding us at all? Like, or is it just focused on Mateo?
It seems very focused on Mateo.
Okay. I think. Do. Huh. Could so Could I don't know if Matter 2 and Forces 2 would get me. I want to try and like push Mateo away from this thing. And I realize I don't have any of my rotes up right now, so I'm gonna pull up all of my. I knew I was missing something.
Gotta pull up the things. Yeah. That entropy did feel very easy, by the way.
Okay, cool.
It's fine.
That's fine. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, okay, let me see. Force 2 is basically just moving. I can manipulate.
Yeah, because telekinesis is like level 3 forces.
Yeah, basically, or like,
Robin, if I
Yes?
may. So normally Forces 2, you need some type of inciting force in order to magnify it.
Yes.
Alternatively, you can invert forces at that level and make them repellent. You can make it so that if Mateo gets closer, he actually moves further away, basically reversing his energy's direction. Or if something pushes toward him, that energy, like if somebody touches him, he will fire off the other direction.
Okay.
So there
Yeah.
would need to be a force exerted on him for it to work. but you
mhm.
could make it that you control the trajectory of that force.
Okay, so I could make it so that if this thing like tries to reach out to touch or grab Mateo, it's going to be basically repelled.
Yeah, it'll repel him and knock him over,
Or slow, basically do the thing. What
you could also
superhero
put
was
a
it?
you
Like
could you could put a kinetic shield on him so that nothing could touch him.
Okay.
It's like a force field, right?
Yes. Yeah. Force. Yeah, force field. That's what I was trying to think. Why couldn't my brain put that as
Because
the thing
it's
that I
something
wanted to
that it's something cheesy in sci-fi that we try not to think about that we can do, but it's literally the easiest thing here.
Right.
Yeah, I would love to do put a sci-fi force field around him. I think Tegan's basically just gonna be like do, 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 on her arm thing and like shoot an eye laser beam almost.
Cool. This one I will need an or an enlightenment roll for.
Yeah. Okay. What is my difficulty?
For that, you are. Difficulty 4.
Oh my goodness! I only rolled. I rolled a 2, 3, 3, and then a 7. So I got 1 success.
Cool. So yeah, you punch a bunch of numbers into into your arm, and your eye kind of shoots out this like I was gonna say laser, and that's not actually what I know. You said laser, but it's like thinner and clearer than a laser. Like it's not that bright red of a laser, right? I
think it's like the light colored laser.
Yeah, it's a light colored laser that shoots out and kind of projects this barrier in between Mateo and whatever this thing is.
Like if anyone's like we watched the Doctor Who special yesterday, and that's all I'm thinking is that he can make a sonic, like just make force fields out of thin air now, and I'm just like, what the fuck, Doctor, you've changed. But basically he made that like kind of light blue glowing force field, and that's what I'm picturing for Mateo. Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah, so you managed to do that.
Yay. Sorry, my brain's like it's having a hard time tonight, apparently.
Me too. It's fine. Heather, you're up.
Heather is thinking.
Heather's thinking. Heather just starts eating as she's like just hanging there. It's like, what's up?
Oh yeah, totally. But yeah, so she's trying to track down power sources.
Yeah.
Also, what's the lighting like in here? I know you just described some of it, but
so it's mostly just lit by the glowing bodies in the center that are slowly getting brighter. But if you turn your focus from them, which you're mostly focused on the spiders and whatnot, you do see that there seems to be like an electrical current running through these spider webs.
That's kind of cool. Huh. Okay. Are there any of these things located, like, above these weird glowing bodies?
The spider
She's probably
webs?
wriggling a little bit now. But not
She's
like,
starting to
not
wriggle
trying to
and-
get down, but she is trying to wiggle and, like, shift to get a better look.
What? You're awake now?
Can you lift me up over there?
What? Turns you around very quick and then puts you down, showing the thing with Mateo. We got a situation now that you're awake.
So I see. But yeah, she's definitely not looking at Mateo or the glowing people. She's looking at the ceiling.
Yeah, there are these spider webs everywhere, and every so often you can see a bit of electricity move through them. Not in any particular pattern that you can discern, but like sparks moving through.
Do I still have all my stuff?
Yep.
Do I have a tiny welding torch that I normally would carry around?
Yeah.
I want to go set these spider webs on fire.
There.
Okay. Cool. You head over to like some of the nearby spider webs, and you do notice that they are like, I described them as spider webs. They look like spider webs. They're calcified, so they are hard,
Mm-hmm.
but you can attempt to set them on fire if you would like.
Oh, she's definitely going to touch them first then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if she's going to try and figure out where they travel to, and is then going to try and clear some of them out.
Cool.
This makes sense in her mind.
Sounds good. Yeah, there are webs virtually all over, like all of the walls. They don't seem to encroach in on any spaces, but they are everywhere on the walls.
So do they seem like they're kind of restricted to the wall areas and ceiling? Or is this
More or less,
mostly...
there's some like that you think are below where the actual ceiling is, but you can't really see where the ceiling itself is. You just think it does seem a little short.
Okay.
So there are some more up there, but most of them are on the walls, but they are out quite a bit from the walls, like a couple of inches of like web, basically.
Hypothesis number 1. They will catch fire. Hypothesis 2. They will start to melt. And that's what she's gonna do.
Yep.
Is apply welding torch to web.
Cool. It's a small welding torch, right?
Yeah, it's just like a handheld one.
Yeah.
The personal.
So yeah,
personal
like
welding
little
torch, you know.
This is a
like what's in
it
your
will
purse,
fix-
Jen? Like what's in your purse, you know? Every woman carries a personal welding torch, right?
Well,
I mean, I do have small
Goggles
torches,
down.
but that's beside the point. They're not welding
is it beside
torches
the point?
specifically. Yeah. Roll me two dice, and this is going to be fire damage of some variety. Difficulty 6.
I rolled a 9 and a 3.
Okay. Yeah, they seem to have trouble like lighting up, but you're doing something. It's just a very small flame against this thing. So the part you're actually working with it's not like they're not catching fire and therefore going to burn away, but you are breaking through the outer shell by by burning it.
So it's kind of like melting through the layer a little bit, like slowly,
Yeah.
like you're taking it to metal, sort of.
Yeah, exactly.
Neat.
And that's your turn. So we'll move
That
on
is
to
my turn.
Sophia.
Okay, so they're still just kind of glowing and reaching to each other.
Yeah, and have moved closer together, and probably this next turn, depending on what I roll, whatever's happening might be done happening.
I'm going to ready my 1 ampule for affecting an aggravated damage shield.
Cool.
So
yeah.
hopefully I can react in time with that. And I'm going to call out to Mateo to see if he has any reaction.
Okay. What do you say?
Good question. I think something along the lines of Mateo, like, are you okay? What's going on? Type style of thing.
Okay, cool.
Probably in more technocratic language, though.
Yeah, fair. Like Mateo status report.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a brief moment, where as you're watching, it seems like Mateo's focus is on this thing in front of him, but also he realizes that everyone is there. And he just calls out, "Stay back, I asked for this."
What's this?
And it's my turn.
Oh no, I don't like it.
And as you say that, Sophia, and ask, "What's this?" The light around them grows so bright you can barely stand to look at it. But you do see as this glowing being touches Mateo and moves almost like it's an overlay. Like they're merging together. And then suddenly the light is gone. And Mateo is standing there, alone. And we're out of initiative, so you can do as you please.
What just happened?
Oh, that's classified. I don't think I should probably tell you.
Nolan,
I wasn't asking you,
We're-
Nolan.
if you know something, we're way past fucking classified right now.
Did you let that thing in you? Oh, right. Because you lost your... Wait,
Nolan, what?
how can you... But if you don't have one... then
What is this?
Oh, it's an alien, sort of. It's a sixth dimensional... Seventh dimensional? What dimensional being is that? It's a higher dimensional being that's fused itself with Mateo.
Mateo turns and looks at you all, and you can see a bit of that glowing light in his eyes, because everything else is fairly dark now. So it's a little hard to see, but you can see this glow of his eyes. We're helping each other.
Where did you come from, weird guy inside of our co-worker? It's a sentence I never thought I'd say twice.
Wait,
you said it before?
Twice.
Yeah, at an office
It's
party
been
once.
here. It's been waiting here.
Huh.
It's been waiting for me.
Okay, do you know what exactly you did just now? Did it explain it? Did it tell you? Should you have gotten a second opinion?
It explained how I could become whole again, and I have. We have.
Okay, can we just set a ground rule real quick, buddy? Can we not use the Venom talk? Or the Borg talk? You know, the we are becoming one type of talk. Like, it's kind of creepy. I don't like it, and I think it's gonna unsettle people.
I'll do my best.
Thank you so much. Look, he's already trying.
I don't know. I kind of want to know when that thing's talking through him, in my opinion. But
Oh no. Though it's I think the Venom thing is probably a right way to put it. They're not really separatable anymore. They're kind of fused.
okay, Nolan, what is it besides an alien? You know this. What is this from? How you've encountered these things before?
Yeah, I did, right in my early career. Up in the Arctic Circle. There was a base in Canada? In Canada. A joint operation went and took care of it. Panopticon. We went in and cleared it out. Crazy Nazi stuff. The usual, you know? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I only remember half skimming the briefs because I was having a bit of indigestion that day, and I was nervous. It was one of my first field missions, so, like one of my first field missions. Okay, it wasn't one of my first field missions, but I did have digestive problems because I knew I was going into a hot war zone. Ironically, a hot war zone in the middle of the Arctic Circle. But there was one with Nazis. I keep saying Nazis. There was a Nazi. God, what was his name? Von Buren? Von Burer? How much do you know about the dimensional anomaly?
Not a ton.
Okay, the dimensional anomaly happened around 1999, right? 99, 2000? Jen, when is it in your chronology? About then?
99.
99? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, happened in 99, and created the barrier between the worlds went up, and then there was all the thing that shreds us when we go through. That didn't start in 99. I mean, it did, but it's not the first time that anything like that has happened. There was another time, at least one, where shredded geniuses, souls, were being experimented on during some of the last days of W2. There was a Nefandi stronghold called the Weissenburg. It translates as torture fountain. They were experimenting on Holocaust victims, I guess. And they found that they could do all sorts of crazy stuff with the souls. And the Union kept the information after the war. The Nefandi were working with the Thule Society. And the Third Reich. And after the war, a couple of the scientists who had been participating in those experiments or who had gotten their hands on them or something convinced the Union to keep letting them do some experiments. And it didn't work very long, but after the anomaly went up, tons of funding came in because people exposed to its energy were able to weaponize it and manipulate it. The traditions call them storm wardens. People who are immune to the anomaly, but if you don't have your own, then I guess store-bought's fine.
Okay.
So basically, they went completely rogue. We're experimenting on an alien like that, a multidimensional being, and we're trying to fuse it with people. We went in there, the entire base was taken over by weird, warped monstrosities, like really creepy shit. Whew! I'm glad I forgot that. Now I'm gonna have nightmares again. And we went through and pew 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 took care of it. There were some tradition mages there too who were helping. It's not on the books, but they were there. It was pretty helpful. We roasted the place. Yeah.
Cool. This
I guess the good news is, I mean, there's a much longer story here. I don't really think you want to hear. Long story short is that Mateo just complete. Well, he it was kind of funny actually, because the Nazi scientist that we ended up who fell on a couple of bullets by accident. He spent his entire life trying to do something that a trans dude just did in an afternoon. I bet that's gonna piss Hitler off whatever hell he's in.
Huh. Cat? Alright. Yeah, how are you feeling there, Mateo?
Just for quickly, Heather is over on one side of the wall and just like slowly melting away parts of
And
this
she's also scanning it too, and like checking to see if there's any. Just basically trying to get to the wall and find electrical panels.
Yep, absolutely. And what was Tegan's question to Mateo? Sorry, my brain.
No worries. Tegan was like, and how are you feeling, Mateo?
Good. I feel good. Better than I have.
Oh, that's good.
We have some good news though, right?
Do we? What's the good news there,
well,
Nolan?
Mateo's got his procedures back, and also he can probably get us home.
Maybe.
Oh?
Yeah. These things, these hybrids. Hybrid? Is that okay? Does that feel weird, or do you feel like an electric car when I say that? Like, does it feel like racial, or
I
like?
mean, that just brought up a bunch of feelings I don't understand.
the fusion? That makes you sound like a Ford.
Yeah.
So Mateo can play with the dimensional anomaly.
Oh.
As in, he can like kind of push it out of the way now for us. So we just got to get next to it, and then we can go back through. We don't have to like explode. I hope.
Heather, what are you doing? Mateo looks over at Heather.
Looking for the light switches.
Oh, I think. Can I help?
And the internal power circuits to everything.
Mateo kind of like looks up around, and you notice that the spiders have stopped where they were. And as Mateo kind of looks at them,
Are you talking to the spider borgs?
the spiders start to move again, and the lights come up.
Oh. Handy.
Oh,
Huh.
lights.
Cool.
Heather's going to adjust some of the dials on her goggles and is going to apply, what would that be, force sight? Forces, yeah.
Yeah. Is that Forces 1?
Yeah.
Cool.
She would love to take a look at what the heck is going on. Oh, maybe some dimensional science in there too, because that seems relevant.
Fair, yeah. Okay, if you want to do the combo, then roll me your enlightenment. That will be difficulty 4.
And 10s explode on
On magic, yep.
magic
Well, on
rolls.
science. On science rolls, yes.
Science?
Yes, science. Is it? Do we do? It was the explode or take 2 successes, was it? Or do we just do the explode?
It was
Right.
explode or take
Right.
2 for any, like, if you have a specialty in a skill or attribute
Oh,
or
okay.
ability, or for or enlightenment rolls. And then if you have a specialty in a sphere because you have enlightenment 4, it's 2 successes and explode.
Per 10, yeah.
Got it. Okay, I will not reach that point because I have a genius of 3 maximum. Okay,
Yes.
so what was my difficulty again? You said
4.
6? 4. Oh, okay. That's 3 successes then.
Excellent. Yeah, you managed to bring up the sites, and what sort of things are you looking for? Just like where the electricity is.
Yeah, and kind of trying to get a sense of what Mateo just did.
Cool. So first thing is that all of these spiders are spirits, are dimensional anomalies. They're all dimensional anomalies. Congrats. Entities. They're extra dimensional entities.
That was easy.
Right. And they seem to be generating electricity through their webs somehow. The other thing you'll see is you will see Mateo kind of in a more true form-ish, but it's basically that sort of there's like a extra dimensional entity light around Mateo. Just part of him is extra dimensional now.
He was always
That's
extra.
a change. When did that happen?
When did what?
That.
Now?
Literally like a minute ago.
Oh.
Where have you been, Heather?
Heather just points at the wall that she was welding through.
There's like a hole. It's like this big, and she's just like been burrowing her way through.
We were trying not to do anything to upset the spiders, but hey, you went and
They weren't upset.
holes through Yeah, we didn't know that though. Oh, right, you were unconscious. Still.
I had a hypothesis I needed to test. I was slightly incorrect.
As you kind of are all standing there, you can see that lights on the computer terminals have turned on as well.
Yeah, I think Heather started moving towards some of those as they were talking.
Is that good?
No, that's what I was trying to have happen.
Oh.
What's
Then
Sophia
that's good.
doing?
I think Sophia's been putting stuff away, back that she doesn't need anymore. And just kind of keeping an eye for in case whatever this is influences Mateo into doing something unexpected or, well, inappropriate.
Fair. I will say that, Nolan, you do recognize that Mateo did have clarity for it was just Mateo wanted to do this, so. But you are aware that it was Mateo's choice and not like he wasn't being influenced because you did that.
Well, that's something at least.
Heather, give me actually Nolan too. Give me a perception and alertness.
All right, dice.
Roll.
Make it up to me.
Difficulty 6.
gonna be
Did
3
your dice
successes.
make it up to you, Kelly?
No, I just got like 5 1s and a 10.
Oh.
So
Nolan,
Nolan's
you're
inside
a
his
bit
own head.
distracted. Yeah. Heather, as you move towards one of the computer terminals, you notice it's kind of caked in dust. But there's a symbol and some letters and like some numbers on the edge of one of the panels. And the symbol you don't really recognize. Even caked in dust, you're like, I can't really tell what it is. The numbers don't mean anything to you. But the letters just say COP. You think this might be the cop? The Copernicus research.
See, that makes
Yeah.
more sense for Heather to know that. Amy's like, what the heck is COP in a ship?
That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, I'm reading your expression. I'm like, yeah, you're not sure. It's the Copernicus
Yeah.
research station, the Void Engineer research station.
Bad boys,
Ooh.
bad boys.
So Heather full on pulls out a dust like filtration mask and starts wiping, like just sending up plumes of dust as she starts cleaning it off. And she says like, might want to cover up.
Oh, it's wrong.
Mateo just starts coughing.
Dust. It's dusty.
Oh, dusty. Very dusty.
Until we get the air filtration systems online. So this seems like it might be the Copernicus research station.
Does that mean we're close to home, kind of?
I have no idea.
If anyone wants to roll me either like some sort of intelligence and cosmology or
Wait, do I?
politics would work.
Oh, I would love to do that, actually. So it was intelligence?
Yeah, or straight intelligence if you want, just to see if you remember something. But
What's
And
the difficulty?
cosmology, maybe?
the difficulty is 6, Kelly.
Fail. 611.
Oh no.
Oh.
Sorry, did you say cosmology would work?
Cosmology would work. Yeah.
2
Intelligence
successes for
creative.
cosmology.
Cool.
2 as well for cosmology.
Sorry, what was that, Amy?
I'm guessing creative does not apply here.
No, it does not.
One sec then. And it was difficulty 5
6.
or 6? 6? Okay.
Yeah.
That is 2 successes.
You all got 2 successes. Great. You are aware that the 3 of you, anyway, Nolan is still like, I was an NWO agent, and what's this void engineer bullshit?
NWO.
But the 3 of you, through some history, like, lesson or just reading, even just reading in the library recently, you're all aware that if this is the new Copernicus station, that doesn't make a lot of sense because of how much dust and spiderwebs there are here. If this is the old Copernicus research station, then first of all, it should have been destroyed. But second of all, if it is that, you're probably near Alpha Centauri, which is significantly closer than you think you were before. You're still not home, but you're, where humans have at least seen things. And
We're
built a
in
base,
our
apparently.
Yeah. We're in our known not galaxy. We're in our known universe, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's
for
progress.
I'm gonna give this to you because, especially Tegan, you'd just be able to like run your system and know this. And the rest of you you got 2 successes, so it's fine. Alpha Centauri is, I believe, approximately 4 light years from Earth. So, closer. Much,
Mhm.
much closer. The, I can't remember if I gave this to you specifically before, but I think I did. The estimate before was that you were 21 light years from
Yeah.
Earth.
That's not
And now
bad.
you're 4.
Here's
If that's where you are.
4.37 light years from us.
Yeah.
It's our third brightest star in our sky.
So yeah, you are significantly closer to home if that's where you are, and that's what makes sense. But also, this place was supposed to be destroyed, potentially in a black hole. So
Oh, so we could be in the middle of a black hole. Great, great. Okay.
Is that great?
Not particularly.
I mean,
terrible.
in the center of a black hole probably isn't the best.
Oh, yeah, fair.
If we're actually on Alpha Centauri, then we're about 4 light years away from home when we were 20. So, you know, we've come 3/4 of that distance.
Nice.
I haven't ruled out parallel galaxy yet. Well, universe.
It's like a parallel universe. Okay.
Could be.
Okay, now I just need to leave.
And figure out how we're going to make the remaining rations get us home. That's still a problem.
Is it?
Where's our... Because our ship isn't around here, is it?
Where is our ship?
Heather's going through the systems trying to see if there's like a ship docked.
yep, there's a ship dock.
Does it have a registration for what ship it is?
Yeah,
They're not
it's
the
your
auto
ship.
system. Okay, that's handy.
Yeah.
Just have a
It's
log
your
for
ship.
when
It's the only
got
ship there.
added.
What was that?
Is there a log date for when it arrived?
There is. Time being weird in space in general. You can match the time that the ship docked and now the time between those 2 points is about 2 weeks.
Well, no wonder I'm so hungry. So I found our ship.
You're awesome. Have I said that before? You're absolutely awesome.
I don't think so.
You're awesome.
I think
There,
you
I said
said
it twice to
You're
make up for it.
weird. Or maybe
I
I'm
don't see how those are
imagining things.
mutually exclusive.
This is true.
I'd rather have some
We've
more
been here
weird
about-
things.
2 weeks? Ish.
We're running out of time.
2 weeks.
I mean, I'm pretty hungry, but I'm surprised that we're alive. So there must have been some sort of preservation
Yeah.
in those wherever we were.
There's been some magic in that hat.
Where were we anyway? 'Cause I was in the library, and then I was over Tegan's shoulder.
Yeah, we sensed that we weren't here. My link to the ship also was very tenuous. I felt like I was coming up against a wall, and then Nolan had us. He woke us up by shooting a gun at us.
No, not at you, next to you. There's a
Really?
big difference there.
I missed that. Can't have been too
Yeah.
loud.
It was loud. It was loud. Nolan
Kind of the point.
woke us up, so that was good.
Thank you.
And Nolan meditated and saw that we were in cocoons.
Really?
So, yeah,
Cocoons.
so we figured out we weren't in the library anymore.
Given the electrical charge that these webs have been transmitting, perhaps part of that energy also maintained us in a sort of stasis. That's convenient.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could bring them aboard our ship and recocoon it for the rest of the trip so that we don't have to worry about running out of rations.
Maybe.
I guess if we have to, I really don't want to,
I feel quite
they don't.
rested.
Yeah, but matrix spiders. Ugh. So wait, you said this place was supposed to be shut down?
Should have been. Should have been destroyed.
Can I try and... Do I have access to the network at all?
If you would like to, you can try.
I would like to try.
Excellent.
I think Heather's been assisting in trying to get like any life support and just systems online, so hopefully some of that will have already been helped along.
Yeah, it seems
Hello?
like there was some sort of life support system running on low. And you can definitely amp that up a bit so that, it's allowing for a bunch of people who are awake and breathing and need life support as opposed to people in stasis.
Yeah, okay. That's probably one of the first things she's doing is she's flicking things on and checking if there's any sections that are specifically locked down, but has assisted in turning things on for Tegan.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like anything in particular is locked down, but let's let Tegan connect. What to do? How exactly would you like to do this?
Well, I think knowing that this was a base that the Void engineers used, I think if Heather has been trying to get some systems online, I think she actually wants to try and see if she can either just use like computer engineering to access the data or use that to help boost her own internal kind of Wi-Fi connection, basically trying to use the any available tech here to try and like amplify her own signal or vice versa, kind of using that to try and connect to the network.
Sounds good. Let's do a computer engineering roll.
Okay.
Like an intelligence and computer engineering. And then you can use that if you would like to, say, do a forces enlightenment type roll for something like that. Maybe forces and correspondence to boost yourself.
Okay, that sounds good. What's my difficulty?
For the computer engineering, we're gonna say 5 because you've been working on the Nautilus a bunch.
Working on the Nautilus, going down.
5, you say? Interesting. I rolled either 4s or 9, so that's interesting. That's 4 successes.
Fantastic. And yeah, if you're gonna do or forces and data, I guess it would be for you. You managed to get into the computers just fine. And so, worst case, you still have access to the systems.
Cool.
This is mostly just to gain access through your tech. Which will be difficulty 5. Difficulty 4. Sorry, difficulty 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do 1 subtract on magic rolls? Yes. No, I forget.
Yes.
Years.
Yes, because you
It's
can
1. Oh, right, that's true. 1 success.
Okay, yeah, that's enough to at least be able to navigate the system, like using your own stuff.
Yay.
It's a little weird because it's very outdated tech compared to you, but but at least while you're here, you can manage it. So,
Yay.
yeah.
Yeah. Just hacker voice. I'm in.
Yeah.
What the fuck? They're still using Windows 98.
And give me a. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a weird roll.
Oh, bring it. Let's go.
Do you-
Let's go.
First of all, do you have awareness?
No.
No.
I
Okay.
do not.
Give me a perception and alertness roll,
Okay.
but I'm going to give it to you at difficulty 4 because of your computer aptitude.
Okay. That's going to be 3 successes.
Fantastic. You realize that while you're not entirely sure where you are in the grand scheme of things and whether or not you're in a black hole or anything like that, you do know that this base is still capable of sending and receiving signals. You're not sure who'll find them, but you can send one if you would like.
I don't know if she's gonna necessarily send anything. I think she wants to try and see if she can pull up any information, I guess, either in this system and also the technocracy of what happened to this base, basically.
Cool.
Of
Yeah.
what did happen, what was said was happened, and if she can actually try and find any sort of logs about what actually happened with this space. Because, boy, it's nice and convenient that it wasn't destroyed, but why wasn't it destroyed is the question.
So you don't find much about necessarily why it wasn't destroyed. But you do know that you do get the sense of there are some records of like being cut off and also potentially some records of an attack, but they're a little corrupted. You can't really get all the information from them. It seems like something happened and maybe you just like it just ended up in this black hole and somehow you're here now and it's just always existed in this black hole since it was destroyed. But
Yeah.
that's the best that you can get.
Okay.
Okay. What is everyone else doing while we're hanging out here? Mateo's kind of not really staring into space, but seems to be thinking and is doing some small little every so often you can see like a small effect go off that he's doing, like he's testing out the fact that he has enlightened science back.
What you doing over there, buddy? You enjoying playing around with stuff?
Yeah, it feels so good.
I bet. You must have been going through a lot. Or you think that
I was.
you're back now. And you're even better than before. That's great. Look, if anything starts to feel funny, you're dealing with a lot of... Your body might be going through some changes. So...
Jack gets this strange look on his face, like...
if anything feels weird, even weirder than normal, I want you to let me know. I am a doctor, after all. I went to medical school.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also, if you... I would love to start having sessions with you to maybe learn a little bit more about what you're going through just in general, because that could be really useful. Like, not to, like, use you. I imagine you're probably used to getting used a lot. I don't really want to use you. I just want to, like, learn more about you so that, like, you know, maybe your condition could be beneficial to, you know, more than just us.
Okay. We can do that. Sure.
Cool.
You're not gonna try and
Dissect you?
see into my brain again, are you?
I mean, that would be really, really convenient, but I think it would go better this time. Not without
Why
your
don't we just-
consent.
We just start with talking.
I mean, yeah. Talk therapy is tried and true.
Right.
And
Yeah.
a little slow. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
He just kind of stands there awkwardly, like, how do I end this conversation?
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
And he will kind
It
of-
feels good to be back.
Nolan's gonna walk away as he is saying that sentence. Just like,
Yeah.
It's great to be... Walk.
Yep. Fair enough. Is Sophia just kind of hanging out, still watching?
I think she's just kind of watching what's going on because she's not really on the techie side of things. She's more the defense / destroy shit that comes at us type, or fixing people type thing. And currently, nobody needs fixing. I mean,
Can you give
they all
me
need fixing in some way or another, but
Yeah, we all
urgently.
need fixing. Everyone needs fixing. Do you have awareness?
I
By any
do.
chance? Could you roll me perception and awareness, please?
Sure. I almost always take awareness and alertness. If I take no other talents, I take those two.
Right. Awareness is great.
6, you said?
Yes.
1 success.
Excellent. You are just kind of watching over this whole scene, and you get those, like, kind of prickles on the back of your neck, like something is amiss. And you're not sure whether it's the way the spiders seem to be following Mateo as he moves around the room. Not in a malicious way, they just seem to be following him. Or it's this weird sense you're getting off Tegan that something's wrong, but you're really not sure what.
She'll start keeping an eye on the spiders and kind of sidle over to Tegan. I just feel like, what's wrong? Something's wrong. I can tell something's wrong. I don't know what it is. What's wrong?
I'm trying to figure it out, but there's something. This space is not right. And it's bugging me.
What's sort of not right? What's jumping out at you? I think she's thinking potentially you have something you can't describe, maybe. What if you try a bit, it might twig something for her, which can then help twig something for you, and back and forth.
Yep.
And we can maybe solve it if both of us are thinking about it.
Yeah. It's these getting a good signal, and this base was supposed to be destroyed, and we may be in a black hole, we may not be, and if we are, it's doing a very good job of getting good signal. And I just don't, there is something not right about where we are in time or space for this. It's a puzzle that I'm not able to solve right now, and it's
With those clues, is there anything else I can roll to try and put stuff together?
You
Or provide a
can-
proper clue of my own for Tegan to get to roll again?
Yeah. Let me think. Okay. You can either, well, actually, I'm gonna ask you for 2 rolls because there's 2 things here that you're kind of looking at here. And one of those rolls is going to be perception and medicine.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty of 7 on that one.
3.
Cool. And then the second roll, let's say intelligence and like cosmology or enigmas or occult or politics. Actually, occult would work as well. With reality deviance.
Occult reality deviance or esoterica reality deviance?
Either would work, really.
I would like esoterica with my reroll specialization on it.
Yep. I couldn't remember where you had it, but yeah, esoterica works just fine.
Cool. And difficulty on that, sorry, was?
That one's 6.
6. Okay. That would be 6 successes.
Holy crap.
Fantastic.
I like that new
Okay.
specialization.
Yeah.
It's useful.
Right, yeah. The first thing you notice, the first thing you know is that if this base was supposed to have been destroyed, then it's entirely possible that the signals, or the fact that it'll send a signal, is more of a trap than anything else. As you've been in kind of these situations before with, weird reality deviant stuff from a variety of sources. It might be a trap, might also be a way of contacting home, but you'd lean more towards trap with that many successes. You're not really sure what to do about the black hole bit, except to maybe try and leave and just see if Tegan and Heather are able to, maneuver you guys out of there. There's still the wonder that's kind of broken on the ship that might be able to help. Not 100% sure, but you remember that. And then you realize why you came over to Tegan in the first place. And you get, and this is your medicine check, because you feel like, as somebody who has treated a lot of different medical problems, something is medically wrong with Tegan. You're not sure what, but something is.
Can I life scan her?
You absolutely can.
Please, I would love to turn on life sight and look at her properly.
Absolutely. Roll me that enlightenment.
What?
What?
What's the difficulty on this?
Difficult in this is just 3.
Okay, that's 3 successes then.
Cool, yeah. You life scan Tegan, and it doesn't seem like it's taken, it doesn't seem like it's, what's the word? It hasn't progressed super far. But there's a virus that Tegan has that you are not familiar with. And I think we're going to take a break as you mull that over.
You should have wrapped it before you tapped it, Tegan. Just saying.
Oh my god, I should have. Fuck.
You've got space herpes.
No,
Spurpies is the worst. Be right back.
We will be right back. Un, deux, trois. Yay. We're back. And we'll just do a little brief hi chat. How's it going? How are the players doing? How's everything?
Oh man, like I'm very sleepy. I took Paradox in the middle of the game. If you notice, I went from drinking coffee to very pointedly not drinking coffee because I looked down and I had 2 dead fruit flies in my coffee, and I'm like, this is Paradox for using that effect. I already can tell. This is awful.
Fair.
So now I'm not very caffeinated.
Speaking of, none of you have taken Paradox this game, just so you know.
What?
I like
It's
that.
like you're in a
That sounds like-
technocratic base or something.
Oh man.
Yay.
Yay, that's fair. I realized I was talking and my thing was muted, so love that.
Eh, that's fine. Yeah, no. I'm very sleepy. My course this semester is almost done, but I haven't done enough work
Yay.
for it yet.
Well, almost done is
Yeah.
exciting.
It's true.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
great. Oh wait, you just said that we're in a technocratic base.
Uh-huh.
I have
Yeah.
ideas now.
There we
Say,
go.
You didn't it that we're all in an old void engineer base?
Yeah.
He was
I know
busy,
Heather has
okay?
some ideas.
Okay.
Good.
Let's see. I can make a conjunctional effect.
Like
But yeah.
trying to
I
figure out how to rewire the power coursing through these weird spider webs to recharge the relic.
Ooh.
That is the current plan, is to hotwire it using the base. And a lot more
Fantastic.
duct tape, probably.
Just a lot of duct tape.
Just
Oh, yeah,
all the duct
absolutely.
tape.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
I have a general idea of where this episode ends. We'll see if you get there, or we'll see if you get to some extra stuff because you leave earlier. We'll see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, we might as well get back into it so that we're not taking super long, so Christine can eventually go rest her back a bit more, which would
Sounds
be
good.
nice.
All right, ready to hop back in?
All right, ready to head back in. So Sophia, that is what you discover upon life scanning Tegan is something, an extra life form, not That sounded weird because I know the assumptions you're making. A virus that she has.
Not a chest burster?
Not a chest burster.
Ah,
She's not pregnant. None of those things.
okay.
From
Interesting.
what you can tell with the life scan, it is like very, very early stages. So you're not even sure if like her immune system or anything would be able to wipe it out. It might, but that is what you got.
Can I poke at her immune system to deal with it? Be like, hey, there's something there, guys. Go deal with it.
You can. You probably need to do that with some more life, and let me know how you want to do it, because Tegan might realize you're doing something if you just stab her with a needle.
Tegan, did you touch anything while you were in there? Breathe any weird dust in? Feeling under the weather at all?
Where?
What? I don't know. Where have you been?
I've been the same place you guys have. Why? What's the matter?
I'm gonna look at myself as well, real quick. Just be like,
Yeah, you look at yourself, and how to put this? You can see similar traces to what's in Tegan, but it hasn't infected you.
interesting. So I'm a carrier?
Potentially. It also might just be that you both were exposed to the same thing, and Tegan's body isn't fighting it off currently, and yours is. Something like that.
I'm gonna go examine Nolan and Heather as well.
They're both like you. They've both been exposed to something, but it hasn't infected them.
What about Mateo?
That's a good question. Hold on. I didn't actually roll Mateo's, so give me a sec.
Did you say that I'm not cursed? Infected?
She isn't saying anything yet. I think she just went up to each person, kind of looked them up and down, and walked away. I think she probably uses like a pair of glasses of some sort for this.
Is this where you take the blood sample and put like a hot coil in it to see if we're it or thing or whatever? You've never seen The Thing?
I don't know what a hot coil would have to do with anything, but I might take a blood sample.
You
That's
took
a
it
good
in the
idea.
blood, and then if it reacts and becomes a monster, then we're the
Let me
thing.
get the... Let's see, do I have one of the big needles on me?
Mateo does not have the same visual symptoms, is what we're going to call it, because it's life sight.
Interesting. She's gonna stomp back over and look at Tegan again. Really thoroughly. Then look at herself again, kind of like, okay, can she try and if she can see what it looks like in herself, like the signs that it's been kind of maybe fought off before it had a chance? Can she use that knowledge in combination with what she's seeing and life to push Tegan's system to deal with it?
Yeah, let me just double check something real quick.
And once she thinks she can do it, then she'll tell Tegan what's going on.
Fair.
So it's probably very confusing. Sophia came over to talk to you, talked with you,
Yep.
stared at you, stared at herself, then went and stared at the others and came back and stared at you again.
Yeah, no, Tegan's very, very weirded out right now. What's going on?
Yeah, you can absolutely use Life 3 to kind of try and nudge Tegan's body to start dealing with it.
Deal with it. All right. So she will then. Well, looks like we all got infected with something. Pick something up, but you're the only one who hasn't fought it off yet. So,
Wait, what?
here, this will help you do that. And she's gonna poke you. If you don't resist, she'll just poke you with a needle.
She won't resist. She's very.
And then I would like to roll
apprehensive.
my enlightenment.
Roll your enlightenment, and it's difficulty of 4.
Sweet. That'll be 4 successes.
Cool. Yeah. Tegan, roll me your stamina 2 more times.
Okay. 1 success for the first one. And 1 success for the second one.
Okay, cool. Yeah. As Sophia, as you kind of stab her with the needle, and you're still watching with life sight, you can see her system picking up. It hasn't completely eradicated it yet, but it is working better.
What is it?
I don't know. Never seen it before. But the 3
Well-
seem to have fought it off, so this should give your body a little nudge to
Uh-huh.
this isn't. It's hidden from your immune system, essentially. And I'm telling your immune system that it is a thing.
Okay. All right.
We're all fine currently, so.
Yeah.
Nolan, are you
okay.
about to drop dead?
Are you gonna poke me with the needle?
If you die, yeah.
Okay, then I won't die because I don't like needles.
Alright.
Okay.
And I mean, Heather looks fine.
I think Heather, if you glance over, she's like looking at a computer panel, like a console, and is also hitting something with a mallet. There's like bang.
See, she's normal.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Fine. It's fine. You've injected me with stuff to make it better, so I'm fine. I'm fine. So you don't know what it is, but
Well, we are in some place extra dimensional or just light years away from Earth. Who knows what has been developing here among viruses? Maybe it started with something that is, in fact, on Earth, but it is so far diverged at this point that it's completely different.
yeah. Okay.
It is
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
I've ever seen before.
that-
But
that makes sense.
we might be in a black hole? That's what you said? Who knows what lives in black holes?
Potentially, yeah. I guess, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's just Yep. We're fine. We're fine.
Oh, speaking of, can I take a blood sample before it gets eradicated?
Sure.
Awesome. She will use the needle she just used to take more blood out of Tegan and try and preserve it somehow, so that she can maybe look at this later and figure out what the hell it is,
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
and maybe develop something pharmacopoeia line-wise that would aid in dealing with it.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
All right. Note to self: have vial of Tegan's blood.
That's
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
collecting stuff. Yeah, collecting vials of blood of your coworkers. Yay!
Yep. Yay!
What's normal in the Technocracy? Just got some of your blood. It's cool, right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
Everything's fine.
cool. Okay. Yeah. Heather, you're looking for like schematics and stuff that can be repurposed
She's
or
doing
salvaged.
a bunch of stuff while they're doing their thing. She's already figured out life support.
Mhm.
She's trying to figure out how much of this ship she can dismantle and use to fix the Nautilus, and also what supplies is on board for rations, because 4 light years, that's pretty sure we said we had like 90 days worth or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. Not 4 light years worth.
Well, and I will point out there's also the 90-day warranty that is if you spend over 90 days in space, you could become discorporated.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, just that,
part of
that
this is
little thing.
this is a void engineer base.
Mhm.
They've probably got some stuff in place to help kind of counteract that, maybe.
Cool.
So she's looking for that, and just any records or logs that she can point Tegan towards to download, or find if Kibo's hooked up to anything. Because last she saw him, he was in the library.
Yeah, Kibo doesn't seem connected to the computers at all, from what you can tell. At least you haven't seen him.
Well, he'll turn up when he wants to, probably. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hey, Mateo.
Yes.
So those spiders seem to like you.
Yeah, it's weird.
If you ask them to fix something or put webs over something, would they do that?
I think so. What do you want fixed?
Remember the relic that was powering the
Oh.
Dauntless?
That
Kind of broken?
sort of. I was unconscious for a lot of that.
You were unconscious for a lot of that. If you can get the spiders to encase it with that stuff, and she's pointing at the webs, that might help insulate and conduct the energy needed to keep it from exploding.
I can try. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome, go team.
Mateo,
And she'll pat him
Mateo
on the
starts
back.
like walking down a hall. Seems very like purposeful. Starts to walk away, and the spiders follow.
Handy. She'll return about what she's doing.
Yep. You find that I'm just going to assume that you're taking some time here. I mean, there's no external like force to making you leave at this point, aside from just you want to get home. So you have a bit of time here until the others maybe drag you away. But you find some logs about the last the last crew that was stationed here. You find some supplies lists that you see some rations on there that technically wouldn't go bad if they weren't like opened, and things like some canned goods and some astronaut type foods and stuff like that. they're maybe not the best because it's probably been 20 years since they were brought here, but technically you could grab them and take them. It's probably fine.
They're MREs.
If it doesn't immediately kill us, it'll do.
If it doesn't if it makes you sick but doesn't immediately kill you, you have Sophia, right?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. Basically, yeah, this whole place is open to salvaging if you want. In which case, I might just say you can basically have a point of almost like a point of requisitions, where basically if you just want something that you think might have been available on this base, you can probably have it.
Requisition food.
Requisition food.
Basically. Yeah, so she's, supplies, extra parts, like battery packs if there are any, just things that she knows will be in high demand.
Yeah.
And this might be the last time we get some. That's
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
key part here is survival. But at the same time, if she finds something really cool, she's gonna take it. Like if she finds a funky, like a neat gun, she'll take it.
Cool, yeah. Roll me like intelligence and computers, with your specialty in creative. And just let me know, well, difficulty 6, but let me know how many 10s you get, whether or not they reroll into anything else.
Okay, so no 10s, no 1s, and that is 5 successes.
Cool, yeah. You do find something cool, and we're gonna work out exactly what that is, because it's gonna be some sort of device, something or other, like a wonder, but technocratic. I just don't want to do that off the cuff right now, so we'll figure that out. But you do find something
Okay.
really cool. What's Nolan up to?
Do they have a chemistry kit inside of here? He's going to be like scrounging through junk drawers and stuff, looking for chemistry or any left behind items.
Yeah. Do you head out of this initial room that,
Yes. That has all the
Yeah,
spiders
cool.
in it? I think I will.
or at least has all the spiders in it until Heather gets Mateo to go to the ship, and
That's
then all the spiders follow him.
Oh, why
But
are the spiders
initially,
going to the
yes.
ship?
All the spiders.
Why all the spiders?
All the spiders. Yeah, so I'll just be straight up with it. There are no inherent dangers in this base. It is entirely abandoned except for the spiders and whatever was in
Okay.
whatever is now in Mateo.
Great.
So
That's
you can
wonderful.
wander freely and find whatever sort of like scientific stuff, junk drawers, any of that stuff that you might want.
Oh boy. If we're in a technocratic base, that means that we're going to be pretty sheltered, so it's time to go Bradley Cooper. And he's going to start doing some high-end chemistry.
Ooh. Okay.
To make some psychedelic compounds and some mind-altering compounds, using
Nice, yeah.
using his psychology stuff. So I would like to
Fantastic.
use ability enhancing magic first of all,
Yes, sure.
to lower my difficulty.
Absolutely. Yep.
So let's do some intelligence and then some psychology.
Ooh.
Get some ginkgo below. What is with the ones, man? That's just a flat fail. The first time I make
They
one of those
say
foam
no.
snakes, they just gotta.
It's been a little bit since you've done this from like scratch like this.
All right, that's
You're just
it.
like,
Oh, I know what's wrong. All right, let's do it. Forgot I wasn't
There
wearing
you
my
go,
glasses. All right, now I'm going to grab the ginkgo biloba, and let's try this again. Why wasn't I using these dice to begin with? That's just my mistake, really. Okay, so I've got 3 successes on a 7.
excellent. Yeah, you can definitely.
Lower my difficulty. Okay, so
Yeah.
I am going to do some high magic in more ways than
Ooh.
one. I'm going to do 2 dumb effects. The first one is I'm going to raise some of my mental attributes by taking a bunch of ginkgo biloba and caffeine and other supplements. I am going for a total of 8 successes.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a willpower.
Okay.
And my difficulty on that would be... so it's a technocratic base, which means it's going to 7, 4. I have 5 successes on the first roll.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, and I will continue casting since I got more than half successes at a difficulty of 5.
Yes. Yeah.
And I only got 1 more success on that. Weird. Huh. How many successes? I got 5, 6. Okay. Okay. I pretty much have to let it go there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is... what's the time period again? So it's a round, a scene, a day,
Scene or
right?
an hour, a day, and then like much and many.
Okay, let's go with... Cool. For the remainder, for the next day plus, I'm going to have intelligence 4, wits 5.
Nice.
And I'll just leave my perception alone. I'll take the intelligence specialization, deductive.
Cool.
Or, you know what? Analytical. That sounds like something about, like, breaking things apart. And then, so once he's got that, he's going to do another effect, and that's going to be, let's go with... Yeah. Let's fortify himself using some techniques and just basically, like, cleaning himself up in the mirror. Like trimming his beard with a pair of like office scissors and like kind of just like tidying himself up. And I'm going to use entropy 4 to do a long-term blessing.
Ooh, okay.
To allow myself to soak all damage.
Okay.
Wolf, that's a fail. That's a flat fail. So he's gonna go like, can't get the tie right. Just too much. You're right. That's not really me anymore. In fact, there. That's a little more me to begin with. A little more breathing room. In fact, that's a little more me. So I'm going to cast a different effect instead, because this one didn't seem to take.
Okay, cool.
I am going to... I'm going to coin a new rote using mind and entropy called Curve Misfortune.
Okay.
And the basis for this is if anyone targets me with a hostile effect, they will instead accidentally target the nearest thing that will cause a negative effect to them.
Ooh, okay.
As in, they will shoot something that will ricochet and hit them in the knee. They will accidentally shut the door on themselves. It doesn't have to be damaging, it just
Okay.
has to be inconvenient.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. So, if I'm using the same magic enhancing difficulties thing, then I'm looking at, I have 3 successes right now. I would have been going for 5 for duration.
Yeah, okay.
So let's go. Whoop. And because of my chaos specialty, that is 2, 3, 4. That is 7 successes on this. So I'm gonna put this up for the story.
Fantastic.
So
That's
I won't
wild.
necessarily be armor, but just more like it's a Scarlet Witch effect. You got it exactly right, Brandon Keene. You got it, man. So that is, so I have a +1 for held effects.
Cool.
And
Yeah, you might need to remind me that that's on, but
Curve.
absolutely.
a curve misfortune.
Fantastic.
Yep, there we go. And he'll be disheveled and he'll untuck his shirt at that because the less orderly he is, the more this will work.
I love this so much. So much greatness.
I need a sonic screwdriver.
Heather will fight you for that if you come up with one.
Maybe
All
that's
right.
what Heather's found in the base.
Yeah.
Sonic
There we go. That's the wonder.
Ooh,
Sonic
it's got
screwdriver.
3 settings. So, sorry, it's a quote from, yeah. An actual Doctor Who thing.
Fair. All right. So yeah, Nolan's off doing that for a bit. Takes you a bit of time, but
Oh, yeah.
you get her done. Heather is busy just searching for stuff and probably like look on the computer for some stuff and then wander off to like find some stuff and be like, hey.
If she finds anything that is related to drugs that seem to be narcotic type, those she will just shove into Nolan's hands. She'll just walk past and like, hand, like just like, here. And then if it's anything that's like actually medical first aid, that's going to Sophia.
Fair.
There is a lot of opiates in this thing.
You can use those, right?
Boy, can I.
Yeah, you basically found the like lock cabinet where they kept all of the narcotics and just like smashed it open and just with a mallet, just whack.
Oh yeah.
The metal's pretty rusted. It's been a long time, so it didn't take much. And you do find a bunch of first aid stuff that you can give to Sophia. What?
Is there any... If this is a technocratic lab, would they have had, like, anything where they might have assembled, like, little robot things or drones anywhere? Or just pieces of something like that?
Yeah, you find an area... It's not really labeled as such on any of the blueprints you found or anything like that, but it looks like it was repurposed into a bit of a workshop.
Okay.
So yeah, you
Should
can find a bunch
absolutely
of
dig through that.
like, yeah,
Like wires, cables, circuit board bits. Like she's gonna try and find everything she can that she can take. This place is being picked clean.
yeah, fair.
And if she finds anything even remotely possible for this, she's gonna start putting mental plans to build a tiny robot cat body for Kibo.
That's how we all die. This is how we all die.
Just like blueprints planning stage, just as she's going around searching and picking things up.
Yep. yeah, you can absolutely do that. What's Tegan doing?
I think so. If this is a technocratic base, I think Tegan's gonna actually go try and find any sort of like computer tech area specifically, and she's going to basically do a little bit of upgrades, try and find and work on it. I think she's really trying to maybe try and code in a little bit of entropy into her collation specialty. Just try and use entropy to like help her out a little bit with transporting, because she's had a few rough goes at that, and basically kind of like put up this almost not quite conditional effect, but like basically she wants to be able to work on boosting her accuracy and potential for not getting lost in the matrix when she
Sounds like
transports. So I think she's working on updating that and getting the code to match, and so she's using it probably like old tech from the base and then uploading that because it's a little bit bigger of a screen to kind of work on. So
Yeah,
I think she'll write
absolutely.
the code and then upload
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
her eye.
As you kind of said, the tech itself here is quite outdated for you. You can repurpose a few things if you want, but the most use you're going to get out of it is just the ability to code on a bigger screen and to like get that
probably
stuff sorted.
they might have like some sort of like something that you can like run simulations on for like showing how the code is actually gonna respond when it's activated. So I think she goes through a couple like test runs, alters the code a lot, and just is like working through trying to, you know, throw a little bit of entropy into that rope to try and make things a little easier for herself, especially when it comes to doing people at the same time, because she does not want to accidentally mix up everyone.
Yeah, that sounds
into
good.
each other, you know? Sophia's head doesn't need to be in Nolan's body and all that stuff.
Not without a few drinks.
No. I was gonna say, if you'd mentioned her like fist instead of her head, I'm like, unless she puts it there, like.
Oh yeah.
Not without a few drinks. Just saying.
So I think that's what Tegan's working on there.
Cool. And Sophia, there are most of everyone else basically has something that they're doing for a significant period of time. You are able to find a sort of rudimentary lab first aid station. It's not really that great, but you could spend some time there if you wanted. Maybe not analyze blood level, but if there's anything else you want to do around, you can. Otherwise, you're kind of just waiting for everybody to finish doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I could be doing. I'm not sure. I might just offer any of the others a pair of hands, essentially.
Yeah. You could also do similar to what Nolan's doing and like develop compounds if you wanted, though you have the lab on the ship as well, so you could also go back to the ship lab and analyze blood there, because you know that works.
Okay, yeah. That would be good, I think. She'll probably do that. She'll tell the others and then go back.
Cool, yeah.
And try and figure out what this virus is.
As you head back to the ship, you do see like those bigger spiders kind of moving in and out and around the ship, and seem to be going down to where the relic is. You don't see Mateo at this point, but
okay then. I'll try and keep a slight eye out on what the hell they're doing. But otherwise, she's gonna work on what she's got in front of her.
Fair. Also, Heather, at one point, just a single one of those spiders, the big spiders, kind of comes up to you, and it seems to be waiting for something. But it just kind of hangs out with you unless you tell it to do something.
If there's anything up high that she can't reach, she'll ask to go retrieve it.
And it will. It will basically do what you ask it to. It will carry things back to the ship for you if you would like.
Oh, this is so convenient. This is incredible.
It's just like this one little spider that's just your friend now.
I think she'll
but yeah.
start quietly talking to it though as well, just saying like, "You shouldn't Kibo. You get along great."
It seems pleased by that, but you can't really tell.
I don't know. I don't speak Arachnid.
Yeah. Sophia, if you would like to... What spheres do you have again?
I have correspondence or data, life and prime.
Okay. If you can give me an intelligence and medicine roll at difficulty 6. This is for the actual analyzing of the blood part.
3 successes.
Cool. And then if you can give me an enlightenment roll, because I'm gonna let you use life and prime and some knowledge that you've gained to make this roll. So your enlightenment's going to be at... It's actually not that... difficulty 6, I think.
Okay, and can 3 roll on this?
Yes.
Cool, that's 4 successes then.
Cool. You don't know... You still don't know what exactly it is, but you do know there is another aspect to this that you're not seeing. And it's simply because you don't have the knowledge of... It's in what you said earlier, which is that there's some sort of extra dimensional aspect to this because you've been traveling who knows where, going around who knows what, right? There's something that maybe if you either learned or worked with somebody who had dimensional science, you might be able to crack this.
Okay. Depending on how long that took her to do.
Mm-hmm.
Once she realizes that part, she'll go stomping out around the others and start like, all right, which one of you has dimensional science?
I'm a void engineer.
Yeah, and you know that Heather does, I'm pretty sure. But
We're void
if
engineers.
you can find Heather.
Heather generally doesn't like actually respond to anything though, so she's gonna look at Nolan and go, yes.
Entirely fair.
What's
Do
up?
you have a moment?
For you, I've got 2. What's up?
Excellent. We've all been infected by a virus. The 3 of us fought it off. Tegan hasn't yet. However, I think dimensional science might help crack the last bits of what it is.
Oh, yeah, sure. I can help with that. Absolutely.
Now, somehow we have to figure out how to combine our sciences.
It's super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Which actually, yeah, shouldn't be too hard with Technocratic, but...
Technocrat, that's super easy. Barely an inconvenience. It's literally
Technocrat
like...
and what you two both specialize in, which is like sciencey based things.
So
like
are you
medicine,
just
science.
What are you trying to do? Like a genome sequencing? Are we just going to do a little bit of gene rewriting? Are we going to do a save state? Do you have any of her samples from before the infection on file?
Not in this set of files.
Huh.
That would have been prior to.
That would have been useful, and unfortunately, nothing on this entire mission has been useful. Well,
Right.
unfortunately, that's not going to be helpful, but yeah, I can help with anything you've got.
I can say for sure this part
Mhm.
is a virus that I do not recognize.
Mm-hmm.
Seems
Do I recognize it?
virusy, but it is not one I recognize from work on Earth.
Since she's been asking specifically about dimensional science, you can roll me some sort of dimensional science site to like figure out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it. 995. 9995. 9995.
Yeah. And do you have dimensional science 1 or 1? And do you have any life? Just out of curiosity.
I do not have any life, unfortunately. I
and
don't
that's
have a
fine.
life.
That's fine. What you can tell Sophia is that while yes, there is this virus aspect to it,
Yes, there's
there
this
is
virus
also
aspect
some
to it.
sort of
There's also some sort of
extra dimensional entity part to it.
extra-dimensional entity part attached. That should be easy to get
Yeah,
rid of,
so-
actually.
Sophia, you can actually roll me intelligence and either cosmology, medicine, or science.
I would like to roll medicine, I think.
Cool. Yeah.
That gives me more dice.
So I've got an idea, actually.
What was the difficulty?
Difficulty of 4 for this.
Oh,
Now that
excellent.
he's given you a boost.
4 successes.
Cool. As part of your reading in the library, you were looking at this this Kulovia thing that Special Projects Division was looking at. And you remember that it started as a virus. And you know that its virus like form looked like this. This is that same virus that they're using to do something down, or they were using until you blew up the deep sea exploration zone. This is
Huh.
what they were using.
We may have actually gotten it from the base on Earth. No.
That makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. So I've got an idea, actually. Do you know much about mRNA?
Of course.
Okay, great. Well, why don't we just do something where, so what we can do is we can create some sort of retrovirus, basically. Or theoretically a vaccine. Technically it's not a vaccine anymore, but something that directly attacks the side that resonates inside of a dimensional science frequency. Tegan doesn't have one of those.
All right.
So you work on the side that bolsters Tegan's immune system so that it doesn't harm her. I think the only thing that would potentially be harmed is her genius, but that's too strong anyway. That wouldn't work. You know, like we don't have the ability to injure that thing aside from maybe to give it a slight, like, you know, seasonal cold.
Fair.
All we have to do is inject a little bit of chaos.
Let's just make sure we're careful with it, because this is definitely something that Special Projects was working on.
Oh,
Who
Special
knows what
Projects.
goodies they embedded in it.
Wait, they made it?
Yeah.
Oh, they would have made it. Because they were the... Do you have primal utility?
That's what Prime is, right?
Yeah, sort of.
So primal utility is more often used by the Syndicate, but
Hmm.
primal utility, same thing. So
Do you have prime?
Yes.
Like a master's in prime?
What would you consider a master's in prime?
I would consider a master's 3rd level.
Okay, yes, I have 3 dots in prime.
Great. Okay, so you could use that to bolster her pattern so that it doesn't take any type of damage and it can't get its hooks in her on the way out. Yeah, we can absolutely do this.
All right. Well, let's do it.
Great. How do we want to work? Do we want to worry about processing, like renal, colal? Should she just throw it up? Or does it just get absorbed into her system? How messy is this going to be?
I imagine she wouldn't really want to throw up.
I don't know. It can be kind of cleansing at times.
That's true. Why don't we just ask her?
She gives me weird looks when I ask her honest questions.
Fair. Sophia will go and find Tegan and just ask her, okay, so how would you like to get rid of this? Would you like to throw up? Would you like to pee it out? Would you like to just absorb it? Honestly, probably peeing it out is probably the best way to do it. That seems the cleanest and easiest and most pleasant.
Yeah, sounds like the least painful. If you can get option 1, that would be great.
Oh, you'd like to throw it up? Okay.
No. Option 1 is in the peeing. You said the peeing first.
No, I said
think.
throwing up first. But sure.
Okay, option 1 for
All right. Extended toilet visit. Certainly.
yeah.
One moment.
Yeah.
Nolan!
Mm-hmm.
She's going with the pee option.
Okay, but if she gets a UTI from this, it's going to be awful.
We'll boast to that part, make sure it doesn't happen.
Do we have cranberry juice? Doesn't actually work, but it tastes good.
Better, I've got drugs.
Okay.
And she walks away.
All right, let's do it.
As she's yelling to Nolan down the hallway.
So Christine, I'm
Just hearing
thinking,
this echo away.
I'm thinking that let's do a
Goes back to writing
conjunctional.
code.
What level of life do you have? 3 or 4?
3.
Okay, how about we do a life 3, prime 3, entropy 3, spirit 1.
Sure.
That should be
Yeah,
enough.
I've got
to
3
purge
across
this
the
bitch.
board in my things.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. So this is just roll Rattray.
Yep, Arate. So you're working on your side of things, which would be life 3. So you'd be difficulty of 7, unless we did some preliminary science, which I say we do.
Sure.
I say we spend
Yeah.
some time doing int and science to try to lower our difficulty, or int and medicine.
Yeah.
I would
So-
agree with that.
I'll do int and medicine, so that's only 6 dice right now.
Yeah, I also need to do int and medicine. That's my better.
Oh,
Better rolls.
hey, Jen.
Yes?
Jen. I need to
Yes.
know, is this analytical?
Yes, it is.
Cool. I rolled 6, 9, 10, 10, 10. 8.
Well, I rolled 6, 8, 10, 10, but unfortunately mine don't explode on medicine.
I rolled 7 successes.
Cool. So
That's lovely.
yeah,
can only reduce
your
it by 3.
difficulty. Yeah, your difficulty is reduced. Actually, both of your difficulties are reduced by 3. So
Sweet.
Nolan's
so
appearing
Sophia-
very smart right now.
Yeah,
Way
Sophia, you'd
smarter than
be
normal.
Looking for difficulty.
I'm
4.
glad you're doing it on this roll. This is
I was gonna say, if Nolan's appearing smarter than usual, he's also appearing more attractive than usual. Smartness is great.
So you are rolling at difficulty 4 then, Christine.
Okay.
And I'm rolling at difficulty 5. Holy shit. This is not chaos. Well, actually, I'm disrupting something inside. No, it's not chaos. That would be disruption.
No. Yeah.
Oh wait, but it still explodes because okay. I have 4 successes on my Rattray check.
1 sec, I'm exploding.
So's Tegan if we do this right.
6.
Holy shit.
I rolled 3 10s in a row.
So 10 successes for a conjunctional effect.
Jesus Christ, yes.
This is why technocrats are terrifying.
Right, yeah. Okay, so... Oh... Kelly, help me with, like, successes into duration and power and whatnot, because...
I would, at 10 successes, I would just say, unless this thing has more than, like, 10 health boxes, it's toast.
Well, what I wanted to know was whether you would probably make several doses.
Oh, we could,
because, yeah. Just because you probably don't need something 10 successes worth of power.
Fair.
I mean, honestly,
Tegan's just peeing for 3 days.
we basically just spent like we basically just spent like 3 hours making the COVID vaccine.
This
right?
is true.
And,
yeah.
and now it's like, all right, now we can all get inoculated by this and we'll be future like resistant to this.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how I'm gonna play that. Yep. Cool. So you have the ability to make more vaccines if you would like. You do have one very powerful one for Tegan.
Okay, I think spend enough power into it, obviously, that it's going to, like, deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Or what would feel reasonable for dealing with it, and then anything left to make doses for, like, vaccination purposes, because we've already fought it off, essentially, or it's not gotten a foothold with us.
And we have 10 successes.
You're pretty sure it's either that you fought it off or that your body is currently in the process of fighting it and winning.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those two. So
4 successes will get us like a month to 6 months worth of immunity.
Yeah.
And then 1 per person beyond that. So with if we inject Mateo as well, we can get a 6 months of immunity and inoculate 5 people.
There you go.
Let's do that then.
Yeah. Perfect.
And that way also record what we did and how we created it so that we can do it again if need be. Hopefully at a lesser difficulty.
Science.
You
definitely have
easier to do again.
Yeah, you'd have a lower difficulty. You basically just need to roll the ability check almost, except for putting in some enlightened science, but it wouldn't be the same difficulty overall. Awesome. You guys are sending me all the robot cats, and I'm like, these are great.
I think I'm mostly done. These do not look like cats. These are like exposed wires, like a vague shape of 4 limbs. It's a cat.
See,
but
and
there's one that's a gif of like a fully designed, like with casing and everything. I'm like, that's
I
gold.
thought of the cat toys from the early 2000s. There was like a robot cat, and that's
I
what
thought
I
of those
was thinking.
too, but in terms of what's available here for version 1,
true facts.
it's not gonna be that sleek.
Amazing. Great. Yeah, so you all are spending hours doing things. This is great. At some point, Mateo does come out and talks to Heather, basically confirming that the spiders have woven a bunch of this webbing around the relic.
Cool.
He's not sure exactly what to do beyond that, and kind of goes, are we leaving soon, or?
Should be.
Okay.
Can you get the spiders to do a web connection from the relic to those over there? And she's pointing at like the main part of the webs that seem to be conducting throughout the ship.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. They seem to be following what I ask, which is weird because I've never been much for the extra dimensional entities. But I guess I kind of am part 1 now. How does that work? That's weird. Oh well. Just like
I wouldn't think about it too hard right now. You've been through enough existential crises for your lifetime.
Yeah, yeah. If it starts approaching the number of fingers I have on one hand, that's problematic. When it's only been, you know, a while. Not that long. A month or so? I don't know.
And they're just kind of shrugs.
Yeah. But
Well,
yeah, I'll get them
we're
to
all
hook it
due
up.
for, and we're all due for therapy if we make it back alive. So
This is true.
lots of therapy.
Wonder if I can ask
So-
for a different therapist.
So much therapy. Then who?
Hmm?
Different. I was just like,
Nolan,
what do you mean
Nolan
different?
smiling because he knows that he's the only therapist in that guy in this dude's network.
Yeah, I know, right?
Did you see someone different at home?
Someone not Nolan.
Oh, understandable. He needs therapy too. Probably shouldn't be practicing until he's, gotten sorted out.
Yeah.
We're ready to stab you now.
That's
Great.
Come on, Tegan. Time to purge.
I've missed something.
If I turn into a frickin' Terminator,
We will document it for science.
I'm killing you first.
I'd like to see you try.
Yeah.
All right.
Sophia will hold out a glass of water. Here, drink this.
Oh, I'm drinking it. Nice. Okay, cool. Thanks. I thought they were gonna stab me.
We are.
Oh, well, that's just to let you, remove the remnants.
Yeah,
We
that's
are
for
stabbing
hydration.
you.
Oh, great. Oh,
If you're going
All
to
right.
use it to flush the remains out of you, you need to drink some more first.
yeah.
Also, it's good for your skin.
Something wrong with my skin?
Is there anything right with any of our skin? We've been tied up in a cocoon for weeks.
All right. Well, while
And you're a
Tegan
little
is
ashy.
distracted by Nolan, Sophia's gonna stab her. Potentially mid-drink. I don't know.
fair. Yeah.
Just distraction.
Mm-hmm.
And in.
Ow.
Was that good? Was that what you needed?
Baby, it was so good. Just what I needed.
Ew.
I think I came.
What? Ew. Ew. We didn't put that in that.
Do you have medical kinks?
No, but I was making a joke at
I'm putting that in your file.
All right.
the
well,
doctor.
I was gonna make a
Thanks.
note if this had to come up again in infirmary settings.
Are you two flirting?
What?
What?
She's just gonna look blank faced at Nolan with that.
No one's going to walk away.
What? No sucker?
Stop saying dirty things.
Oh, I want the lollipop. Come on.
La 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 la.
I don't want your lollipop, Nolan. I want a lollipop.
I do not have a lollipop on me. I rolled. There was a
You
chance.
rolled.
I don't know what's in Nolan's pockets. I'm only a mortal man. I can't decide those things.
Fair.
That's
Fair
fair.
enough.
He's a human Kender.
Okay.
Like, come on.
This is true.
Listen. Don't feel an uncontrollable rage to kill the human race, so I think we're good.
Yeah, you feel like a little tingly, but not like, something's happening.
I think I feel it working. Wow, it was fast acting. Is it supposed to tingle? Is it supposed to tingle? Ducks.
Sophia's taking notes as you say these sorts of things.
Okay, why?
Well, I mean, you are a test case because you're the only one currently infected, so I don't quite know how it's going to react to you, besides not kill you or alter your genus.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
But we did incorporate safeguards. However, I've never seen the reaction yet to it. This is brand new. We just created it like 10 minutes ago.
Okay, but what about was this virus affecting my genus?
I forgot my.
Well, I mean, it had a
What are we talking
dimensional
about?
aspect to it.
Oh.
Things created by special projects will do that. And she's just kind of like sitting there writing in a notebook, just kind of watching you as she says these things and sees what she gets from this.
I wouldn't worry about anything, Tegan. The chance of you turning into a hulking monstrosity bent on domination and devouring the flesh of the innocent is honestly
Highly unlikely.
and inside of acceptable parameters.
Is that a normal thing for IDX?
No,
I mean-
but you guys were making jokes earlier, a few weeks ago, days ago. I don't know what time it was. About me waking up, and you locked me in my room at one point.
You are part robot.
When was that? Oh, that was when Kibo infected you. I wasn't sure if he took control and he was malicious.
Did
You
I?
get
It's better
infected.
safe than
Kibo
sorry.
give me a virus?
Well, I'm
Kibo.
pretty sure this was special projects, so we probably got it at the underwater base. We were all infected.
Oh. Okay, I was gonna say, if Kibo gave me a virus, I'll be very offended.
Be very confused. Three.
If we call the one underwater base, Tegan's gonna.
Two.
Can Tegan take a scan through the files that she has?
One.
What would Tegan like to look for?
Anything with virus in it?
Now you're making me look back at my old notes. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the.
In the meanwhile, are you trying to look for that on like a pad, like a tablet?
Oh
Because
no,
according
it's uploaded.
Oh, okay, because
into her
according
brain.
to Nolan's timeline, you're probably gonna want to take this to go.
And, yeah, you'll probably have to go pee in a moment.
That was exactly. Yep, that was it.
What? No, it's fine. Oh, where's the bathroom?
It might sting a little.
What?
It might.
So I can't
Sure,
remember if Tegan found this out way back when she first looked through these files,
Mhm.
but now that you're at least looking through it with a bit more attention,
Mhm.
and specific attention, you do know that there is or you find that there is a file here that if you had I think I did tell you this, if you had opened it, it could have infected you with the virus, but you never opened it.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes.
I'm pretty sure it
yes,
got
the
very
Kraken one.
quarantined.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, the Kraken one.
Yeah, that one got very quarantined.
Mhm.
Besides that, old notes.
Oh,
Right.
Where are they?
it's cracked my spine in many different locations just by shrugging. It's been a day.
Fun. Love when that happens.
I love that for me.
Where did I put this? Here? Nope, definitely not that folder. Anyways, I will double check a few things. Actually, I think it's here. Oh, there it is. There's the file list. I found it. There's a bunch of those papers, and then a bunch of weird memes and stuff. Just a bunch of weird memes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, John. We all know how phones work. We all have a million meme folders on our phones.
Right. Unless you want to spend time looking more deeply, on first glance, it doesn't seem like there is a lot on like viruses, except for that one that has a virus.
Yes, that I don't want to open. Did I accidentally open it? Is the question though.
You don't think you accidentally opened it, so
Okay, good.
pretty sure that's okay.
That's great.
But if you want to spend some time like looking deeper into stuff, then I can figure that out between this game and next, and
Okay.
see if it's actually something you come up with regarding the base and the virus at the same. Because I'm pretty sure everything I put in there was like mostly there was the Iteration X folder that had that Kraken file in it, and then had a bunch of other stuff. So I'll figure out what that other stuff is, and you can kind of look through it.
Cool.
Now that you have a bit more context.
Yeah, just
more context. But yeah. Is there anything else you would like to do here? Any of you? Or are you going to try and get home? The spiders hook up the web system that Heather wants.
Heather is going to do some tests to figure out a little bit more what the actual material properties of the webs are, just to make sure that her hunch is not completely incorrect and accidentally ends up blowing everything up instead.
Cool.
So she'll probably take like a small chunk that she's carved off, and we'll try like putting it, like zapping it, freezing it, just everything she can think of. Hitting it with one of her task rocks that she found, because she's still got a few of those.
Yep. Yeah, basically these webs are like bones, like in that sort of consistency, but do seem very conductive.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And because they seem to be, a little bit probably a little bit extra dimensional, in terms of recharging the wonder relic, that's probably the better way to go about that.
Quite possibly.
And yes, she's absolutely been wrapping the contained part in anything she can to insulate it better.
Cool. So, yes, you can definitely, or you're pretty sure that you can recharge the relic at least somewhat. You're not sure exactly how much it will hold or how much you can kind of push through this stuff before it starts to like whether it'll give way with a lot of current running through it or anything like that, but it's definitely worth a shot, and it's a stable idea for at least a little bit. So.
I mean, I think she's figured out that even if we manage to patch the wonder or the relic, it's basically like a degraded battery. So like this is how she's imagining it. So if it was at damaged maybe down to like 80% or 70% of its full charge that it could potentially get to, and whether or not we have enough juice to get it that high will depend on the conduction of the webs and how much power is actually even left on the base.
Yes.
So she's not doing the actual charging part until everyone's off the base, because she's probably going to be pulling from the life support systems.
Fair. So there's 2 avenues here that Heather can work with. One is charging up the relic in terms of like power and whatnot from the base, which is great. Perfect. Fantastic idea. And then there's the matter that it does need primal energy, which you think the base has some you can pull. And if you charge it up, is like you have been doing, it will at least hold that primal energy better than it was going to before.
Yeah. In terms of spaceship integrity, I'm thinking this is like that a like, what's that one car that used to blow up if you hit it in the wrong way?
A Pinto.
Yeah, one of those, but it's already been through a lot. That's sort of what she's picturing, you know.
Yeah, fair. That makes sense.
This is not a space-worthy vessel,
No.
but we're gonna try anyway.
Cool. Okay. Effectively, you are doing the electricity part straight through abilities at this point because of how you've set this up. This is you just redirecting power into the thing. In order to also take any quintessence or primal energy from the base, you will probably need Sophia's help.
Cool. When we get to that point, she will go find Sophia. And we'll actually then fully explain what's happened, what the plan is, and what she's been doing this entire time.
Excellent. Now, I do have an important question, and that is, what are we doing with all of the spiders? because they are extra-dimensional entities, so it's not like they need the power on the base to survive.
No.
But I know Heather also wants some.
It's kind of. She also knows that it's not good to take a creature out of its natural habitat. This thing isn't meant to be on Earth. This is where they thrive.
We have enough spiders.
So
Fair.
I think she'll probably leave them. Maybe take 1 or 2 just as like quick patch that.
Cool. Basically, then you and Mateo both have a little spider familiar. These are pattern spiders, and I will get you the stats for them at some point. But yeah, so feel free to roll me some, God, what? Intelligence and like technology, jerry-rigging.
Okay, so I have technology modifications, 5 dots. I have intelligence creative, 5 dots. I have jury rigging, 2.
Roll intelligence and technology with modifications, and technically creative, but you only get to reroll the 10s once.
Yep. This still means that I am rolling 10 dice. And I've got, all right, so I've got mechanical aptitude, which I think is probably relevant in this case.
Yes, it absolutely is. So instead of the difficulty 7, it's difficulty 5.
Okay. I have 2 points of willpower that I'm throwing into this in each round, like 1 in each round, I guess.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming this will probably take more than 1 round to make it work properly.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Because there's probably going to be some magic part to this. To charge it.
Yeah. So
but I'll start with the tech
Yeah,
roll first.
yeah, I'm gonna get you to do 3 int and technology rolls
Okay.
and difficulty 5 for those.
Okay. And I can spend willpower on these.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can if you want. So basically you can spend 1 willpower per round. Each roll is taking you like, technically it's taking you like a couple of minutes each roll. But
okay. I will start with no willpower and then see how the first roll goes.
Yeah. No matter what you get on the first roll, so long as you don't, well, no matter what you get on any roll, so long as you don't botch, you can keep going. Like, failure is not going to harm this. It's just not going to work as well as you think. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. First roll has 7 successes at difficulty 5.
Okay. Keep going.
Okay, now we actually have a 1. Cool. Okay, 1, 2. Still difficulty 5?
Yep.
Okay, 5 successes on the second one.
Okay. And 1 more. Many.
That's 8 successes.
Okay. Amazing. So that's
No, 7, 5,
20
and 8.
successes? Yeah. Okay, cool. I mean, I was asking you to roll a bunch of dice. So because that's how many successes you got, this is over the course of probably up to an hour of making sure stuff works and whatnot. So your setup is going to function fine and perfectly. Like it's going to work and it's not going to fall apart. That's the important thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now for the hard part.
So, are you going to be moving like electricity through and then getting Sophia to help with primal energy, or do you want to do that all at once?
I think probably at the same time.
Okay, cool.
I think she's probably expecting some kind of like synergistic simultaneous effect to actually make it charge.
Yeah.
Who knows if that's true? It makes sense.
But that's what you're thinking. So yeah. Sophia has Prime 3. Can't remember if Tegan has Prime. I think 2 maybe. No. Okay.
I have Prime 1. So
yeah. So you can definitely help, but Sophia will help with the actual transferring of primal energy. So you know that based on the work you all did before, that she's probably the best one to help you with this.
yes.
Yeah.
And we'll probably, so Heather's gonna go retrieve Sophia and show her what is probably the bizarrest thing you've seen in a long time. It probably looks like the entire the room with the relic in it looks like it's like one giant cocoon with like webs going up across the ceiling and like down along the wall outside, like all the way out the ship and into the actual base.
Heather, what did you do?
We have to charge the relic. That's how we get out of here.
Why is the spider webs?
Because
That's not an answer.
they're not just webs. They are. And she's going to give like a detailed breakdown of what they actually are in terms of like their like mechanical and engineering functionality and how conductive they are for electricity, and that because it's not science, the chance of it working better on the relic is higher. And also pointing out all of the like the patterns she'd seen.
What do you need me to do then?
We need
Sophia's going to
primal
take a leap
energy.
of faith and trust Heather's judgment on this. All right.
Yeah, a simultaneous conjunctual transfusion of electricity and primal energy.
All right.
With Heather explaining kind of how she needs Sophia to do this, because Heather's explanation is weird but still science-based. Sophia can be like, okay, I follow, and basically do a prime 3 quintessence transfer through this system and kind of through Heather's guidance. So
Okay.
you're going to roll your enlightenment at a difficulty of 6, and Heather, you're going to roll yours at a difficulty of 5.
And so if I have these tasks,
Yep.
can I pull the quintessence out of them to reduce the difficulty?
TAS is so weird.
Yeah.
Because they're not like, strangely edible. I don't think you have enough prime to actually do that.
Probably
Sophia
not.
does though. So
Okay, so she might just toss a couple of them over to Sophia.
yeah, which I mean,
Have some rocks.
Sophia's doing fine without it, so you can probably
Okay,
just
she'll
be like,
hold on to them
great.
if you need it.
Yeah, Sophia's fine. So then, yeah, Heather, you probably.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to spend a willpower for the first one, because I'm guessing we're
Cool.
doing a couple of these.
Yeah. You're going to be doing 2 just to also help the quintessence along, or the primal energy along. But Sophia's only needed the 1 at this point. So yeah. So we're gonna do that.
Remind me how 1s and 10s work for magic rolls.
10 still explode or count as 2 if you'd prefer to just take that
I
success.
want to just take that 1 success. So it's 2 total with the willpower then, I think.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So yeah, you manage it for that first round. And because, well, I guess really the way it's happening is it's you're doing it more power based and then like taking a moment and then doing another surge is kind of how you're doing it. So you don't really need to put it into duration, just power. And roll it one more time.
Yeah, I did, and I also spent a willpower on that one. So would I have been back to full? I just thought of that because I was marked down as partially out.
You won't have gone back up because of the way you were still in like an astral
Yeah,
realm.
okay. Cool. Okay,
The
so that means
heat-
that I
the-
had.
Damage got healed, which is good, but you were down
That's
the
good.
willpower still.
Okay, so that means
You're-
that that next roll is only one. So that was a 2 in the first roll, 1 on the second roll.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, you managed to charge this up a bit. You could probably, if you wanted to do one more, take more from like the life support and whatnot and push it out, but that's up to you if you would like to do that, or it's somewhat charged now.
I think she'll risk one more.
Okay. Then give me one more.
Let's find out. I'm out
Yeah.
of willpower, so.
Yep.
And that is a 2 into 7, so one of those should work.
Yes, you do have one more success on that. You can feel the power in the base dimming, and then there's a slight crack in one of the calcified bones as like you've just forced too much power through it, and you're like, well, I'm done.
Yeah. And then she's gonna have to go and find the spot where she had it connected. I think she was probably putting acid or something on it to weaken that spot eventually.
Yeah.
So that we can just cut it and go.
Yeah, absolutely. Can absolutely do that.
Cool.
Yeah. And so you will be able to use the relic again. You're not 100% sure it has the power to get you home, but you could probably direct it more than it was being when you had to use it the other time.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's working a little better than it was, so this was good.
Would we have been able to get any star charts and like just that sort of general information of where the base was in space?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Because that is going on to the Nautilus's computers, and
Yeah, you can absolutely have that. And you all get on the ship, and once that's you're kind of detached, then you can absolutely leave. Kibo's in the system here. He's happy and he's like, "Oh, spiders.
these ones seem friendly."
Friendly spiders."
I found this, and she's gonna upload like general bits of like what she's scribbled down or like jot on her tablet she was going around for the robot.
Nice. Ooh, shiny.
It's not gonna be ready for a while, but if you have ideas, suggestions.
For me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pretty sure I can do that. I did something similar for one of my school projects.
Thank you.
Anyway, we should go.
And you guys kind of leave from the base because the ship was docked, so you want to kind of clear the base a bit. And you I'm trying to decide, 'cause this is where we're gonna leave game, and I think I'm gonna leave game without describing what you see as you leave the base. And do you want me to describe what you see as you leave the base?
Yeah.
Is that
We're
what
not gonna
people
be
prefer?
back in December. We gotta know.
Yeah,
Look out. We're like,
Yeah.
what is
Okay,
that over
okay.
there?
So as you leave the base, you start to go, and it's just, you don't see stars. It seems very similar to when you were in the null zone, except there's at least a building shape thing here. There's a base. But as you kind of come around the corner of it, and either prepare to use the relic or prepare to just fly and see how to get out of here, you're not quite sure how this is going to work. You spot, or your radar starts picking up a bunch of points a
Should it be
couple at
beeping like that?
first, and then dozens, and then hundreds
No.
of points on your radar. And if you pull up on screen what it looks like from the sensors at the front of the ship that all work now,
Yep. She'll do that. She'll flick the button.
yeah,
Put it up.
you see spheres, giant round balls, just hundreds of them, as far as your eyes can see.
Oh.
And you're not really sure what they are, but they're not.
Balls.
They don't
I'm
seem
guessing
hostile.
satellites or eggs.
I think that's where we're going to leave game. And you can figure that out next time on Technocracy Zero Sum.
All right, we will be back in January, folks.
We will.
Thank you for running, Jen.
You're
It
welcome.
was so much
Yay.
fun.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in. Anything else you want to talk about
yeah.
before we head out, Jen?
I'm good. I've been doing a lot of talking. You talk.
That's true. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, for being part of the Patreon. I cannot thank you enough. If you're watching this right now, that means you are an amazing person who is on the Patreon. And if right now is 3 months from now, sometime in 2024, then thank you. You're probably also an amazing person as well for watching the content. But if you would like to help support the channel, you may do so directly by going to patreon.com/dorktales and see a ton of additional games per month. You'll also get access to things like Dorktales the podcast, a behind-the-scenes exclusive podcast, 2 separate things, and a ton of other stuff. That is especially, we're even getting more stuff in 2024, and it would be fantastic because this is a full-time gig, and it really helps when we have money to pay bills and for food and stuff like that, especially when surprises come up. So thank you so much for being one of the amazing people who consider supporting us and joining up. I want to thank our divine producer, my mom. Hi, Mom. How's it going? And our demonic producer, Precarious, as well as our wizards of the Patreon. That is Tammy, the Forever Cleric, and the Ink Goblin. And, of course, how could I forget Taryn, Buddy, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, and Mike Baxter, who are our High Council of the Patreon. Thank you so much. Really means a lot. And Jen, anything you want to say on the way out of last Technocracy of 2023?
Oh man, we've been doing this for, I mean, we had to take a couple breaks, but it's been about a year since we started the real Chronicle, and it's been such a joy and so much fun, and I think I finally figured out where game's going.
Yay!
A year into it. Yay.
Shh, that's how it always
Such
works.
is my brain, but no, I really appreciate everybody who continues to watch this. You who continue to play it. I love running for you guys. It's super great. Happy holidays to everyone, because we'll be back in January. So,
Thanks. And how much XP do we get?
oh, XP, yes. And because no one could actually buy any, we're gonna give you. I've been really, really generous with XP and with the last 2 games and information and stuff that you can pick up. So I'm only gonna give you 3 tonight. Sadness, right?
Sadness indeed. What can I buy for 6 XP? Huh.
So I
But
want
if anyone wants to buy them XP, go to other games and just specify that you're buying XP for 0 sum.
That's true. Fantastic.
So I bought a Seeking.
Yes, you did.
I think that's gonna be fun,
I think so.
just based on how things are going.
Yeah. I'll we'll figure out. We'll try and do that before January. I just need to figure out what it's going to be.
That's good.
And with that, we'll see you when the mission resumes in January. Bye, everybody.
Bye.